time for Arkansas Travelers Baseball. Brought to you by AT&T, Coca-Cola, Allstate Insurance, ITT Technical Institute, Miller Lite, and Arkansas Federal Credit Union. Now, let's head to the ballpark for the ITT Tech pregame show. Here's the voice of the Arkansas Travelers, Phil Elson.
Live from Corpus Christi, Texas, Arkansas Traveler Baseball is on the air. Well, hello again, everybody, and a very pleasant good evening to you right next to the Corpus Christi Bay here at Whataburger Field. Tonight, Minor League Baseball and the Texas League present the Arkansas Travelers and the Corpus Christi Hooks in the opening game of the second half. It's the first game of a four-game series here at Whataburger Field. Thanks for tuning in. Phil Elson here with you on Air America Little Rock 1380, KDXD, and MinorLeagueBaseball.com for the ITT Tech pregame show. You can create your own career path with a degree from ITT Technical Institute in Little Rock. For details, just go online to itt-tech.edu. Well, the All-Star break, a success as far as the Travelers were concerned, as over 4,000 people came to Ray Winter Field for the All-Star game on Tuesday night. A very odd game, history-making baseball. In fact, the first ever Texas League All-Star game to finish 1-0 with the South Division winning it on the strength of Corpus Christi center fielder Josh Anderson's RBI ground out in the third inning. The Hooks turned out to be the stars of the game. Anderson garnered the game's MVP award. The first four batters in the starting lineup for the South Division all coming from the Corpus Christi Hooks. They had 5 of the starting 9 in the original lineup, and then 4 pitchers were used out of the Corpus Christi pitching staff, and that included the winning pitcher Juan Gutierrez, and the man who got the save, Highland Figueroa. And so the Travelers, who finished the first half with the worst record in the Texas League at 24-45, take on the team that finished with the best record in the first half. The South Division champion Corpus Christi Hooks won the South Division by 5.5 games over the Midland Rockhounds, and the Hooks have been playing some great baseball recently, winners of 7 of their last 10 games, and also they got to be feeling pretty strong about how their team performed when it came to the All-Star game at Little Rock on Tuesday. Good news for the Travelers, as today you'll have James Holcomb coming back to the mound off the disabled list. He's missed his last 3 times through the rotation. Holcomb, an 0-4 record, but a respectable 4.08 ERA. Went on the disabled list the very last part of May with a sore lower back that meant that he was unable to really throw a lot of pitches. So Holcomb is feeling very healthy these days and is able to go out and hopefully give the Travs 80 pitches and maybe 6 to 7 innings. Also, some other news from the Travs roster. Familiar names have been removed from the roster, and another familiar name has been added to the roster. Those who have left the Travelers since the All-Star break, David Gates was granted his release. He asked for his release due to the fact that just hadn't been playing much this year. Played just 35 games in the first half, batted just .207 with 5 home runs, so Gator was granted his release. Meanwhile, Jason Espito goes up to AAA, replacing Nick Gourneau in the active roster for the Salt Lake Bees. Gourneau had fouled the ball off of one of his kneecaps and may be out for quite a long time, so good luck to Jason Espito as he hits his first shot at AAA. Also, Aaron Pullen was demoted from Arkansas down to Rancho Cucamonga, and that's interesting when you consider that Pullen was the only returnee out of last year's Traveler bullpen, and he also is the first Traveler reliever this year to get sent down to Rancho Cucamonga. Now, who's the guy who's a familiar name? Well, it truly is a familiar name to Traveler fans that have been around since the Angels became the affiliate in 2001. Nathan Haynes is back on the Arkansas roster after really missing all of the last 2 seasons with a hip ailment and a sports hernia. Haynes, who might be the best center fielder the Travs have had since the Angel affiliation began, will be in roster today. He would be in uniform today, I meant to say, and not on the starting lineup. We may see Haynes get into the game later on, but a very speedy center fielder with fearless style of play out in center. A good leadoff batter with some power. It's good to have Nathan Haynes back on the Arkansas Travelers roster for however long the Angels figure on keeping him here. Well, it's a very optimistic day, of course. The second game, the first game of the Texas League second half, and so the Travelers and the Hooks, even though they really were quite the opposite in the first half, they start today with a 0-0 record. So you can just take that big dry erase board known as the first half and wipe it clean, because we're starting over today. Another closer look at our pitching matchup. James Holcomb for the Travelers, 0-4 record and a 4.08 ERA. On the mound for the Hooks is right-hander Mitch Talbot, who goes 3-3 with a 4.20 earned run average. Plenty more coming up next on the ITT Tech pregame show, previewing the matchups across the Texas League. A little news from the Angels organization as well. Come right after this on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
At one time or another, we all want to change the world in which we live, make it a better place. Introducing the new ITT Tech School of Criminal Justice. At ITT Tech, we now teach the fundamentals of the criminal justice system, along with the technology to help respond to and prevent crime. ITT Technical Institute School of Criminal Justice, education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web.
Hey guys, want another beer?
Another what?
Another beer.
I didn't have a beer. Did you have a beer? I don't think so.
Yes, you did. These beers right in front of you? Remember you ordered them from me?
Where? I mean, I remember eating the wings. Yeah, the wings were good. Are you sure we drank the beer?
Look, you guys came in, you ate the wings, you drank the beer.
Huh.
Whatever. You guys want another round?
Of what?
Beer.
Yeah, that sounds great. You want a beer? I would love a beer. Next time, try the light beer with the taste you won't forget. Great tasting, less filling, Miller Lite. Miller, good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
My mother said no daughter of mine is driving a truck. I'm an 18-wheeling, double-clutching lady truck driver. There's nothing else I'd rather be doing. BC powder is this trucker's best friend. My day starts at 4 a.m. and ends 12 hours later. Out here on the road, there's a million things that's happening at once. I take BC for stress headaches, backache. I just can't pull over when my head's pounding. The reason I take BC is because it's fast and it works. I'm Carolyn from Ashbury, NC, and my pain reliever is BC.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Back to the ITT Tech pregame show here at Whataburger Field in Corpus Christi. I'm Phil Elson as the Travelers get set to take on the Corpus Christi Hooks in the opening game of the second half of the 2006 Texas League season. Elsewhere around the league today, you'll have the Frisco Rough Riders taking on the Wichita Wranglers as the second half starts with intra-division series. Rough Riders finished in third place in the South Division in the first half, an even record of 35-35. Meanwhile, Wichita finished 2 games under 500 because they split the final 4-game series at Little Rock and against the Arkansas Travelers. Over at Tulsa, the Midland Rockhounds take on first-half champion Tulsa. The Rockhounds sending right-hander Ray Aguilar with a 5-4 record and a 3.86 ERA, taking on Tulsa's Steven Register, who comes in 1-5 with a 4.58 ERA. Rockhounds finished 36-34 in the first half, 5.5 in back of Corpus Christi, while the Tulsa Drillers had the second-best record overall in the league at 41-29, and they won the first-half championship by beating Springfield on Sunday afternoon. Speaking of Springfield, the Cardinals and the San Antonio Missions tonight at Wolf Stadium in the Alamo City. 7 o'clock start times all across the Texas League. A little update on some news from the Angels organization. The Angels are off today after beating San Francisco 6-3 last night at AT&T Park. Jeff Weaver, another strong start. People had questioned why the Angels kept Jeff Weaver in the starting rotation and demoted his brother Jared to Salt Lake. Well, Weaver delivered 6 innings, allowing only 2 runs, striking out 7 batters, and only 6 base hits, but he got a no decision. Scott Shields picked up the victory as the Angels broke a 3-3 tie in the 8th inning, thanks to Maicer Isturis with the game-winning hit. Ron Rivera also hit a home run, his 6th of the year. Stopped a bit of a losing streak for the Angels, but still they didn't pick up any ground on the other 3 teams they're looking up out of the West. The Angels are 32-40 and 7 games out. They are off today, and the Halos coming up next will be starting a series at Arizona with Irvin Santana taking the hill tomorrow against Edgar Gonzalez. Santana comes in 7 wins, 3 losses, and a 4.10 ERA. Former Traveler Santana on the mound tomorrow. Now, the Futures game rosters were announced yesterday in New York City. No current Travelers are part of the All-Star Futures game, which will be the day before the Major League All-Star game at Pittsburgh PNC Park. Brandon Wood did take part in the Futures game last year, but he was overlooked this season, and instead Tulsa's Troy Tulowitzki will get the start at shortstop for the U.S. squad. However, there is a former Traveler and a future Traveler that'll be taking part in the Futures game. Nick Aidenhart, we've heard so much about, the hard-throwing right-hander from Cedar Rapids, who's gone 9-2 with a 2.08 ERA and 14 starts. He'll represent the United States team in the Futures game. And then former Travelers second baseman Howie Kendrick, who at the moment has the highest batting average of any minor league player, 398 at AAA Salt Lake. Kendrick will also represent the U.S. team in the Futures game, again in Pittsburgh, one day before the Major League All-Star game. Congratulations to them, both Howie Kendrick and Nicholas Adenhart, representing the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim in the All-Star Futures game. Well, that's your news from the Texas League and also from the Angels. The Angels Farm Report is brought to you by AGPRO of Central Arkansas. Located in Pine Bluff, Maumelle, Stuttgart, and England, AGPRO is proud to feature outstanding John Deere products. And in fact, you can sign up for a demo of some of John Deere's best equipment at AGPRO's website, and that's agprocompanies.com. They just announced the starting lineups here to the fans at Whataburger Field. You need the starting lineups as well, but first we'll take a break and come back on the ITT Tech pregame show here on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Your world is suddenly changing for the better because two great companies have now joined forces to deliver the world that matters most, yours. AT&T, with its passion to invent, and SBC, with its drive to deliver, have come together to create the most complete and secure network with voice services, digital satellite TV, high-speed internet, and singular wireless. Learn more at thenewatt.com. Introducing the new AT&T, your world delivered.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell.
My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space.
I would not.
Well, no, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense.
Zero is for the 0 calories.
To stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that?
I wish I could speculate on that, sir.
The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
If you haven't been able to quit smoking for yourself, think about the people around you. Every year, secondhand smoke kills more than 40,000 non-smokers and causes over 400,000 cases of severe asthma in children. Call 1-866-NOW-QUIT. Now. Stamp out smoking. A Healthy Arkansas initiative from the Arkansas Department of Health and Human Services.
We are Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE, North Little Rock.
A sunny and humid early evening here in Corpus Christi. 87 degrees, but it feels like it's 97. There are wind gusts up to 26 miles an hour and usually blowing across the outfield from right to left, but it is a splendid night for baseball next to the Corpus Christi Bay. Phil Elson with you on the ITT Tech pregame show. Let's get to the starting lineup to begin with a AA affiliate of the Houston Astros, the South Division first half champ. Corpus Christi Hooks managed by Dave Clark to a record of 41-28 in the first half, and here at home they are tough. 24 wins, 12 losses at Whataburger Field. Leading off will be the center fielder, Josh Anderson, with shortstop Ben Zobrist batting in the 2-hole. Hitting third is the right fielder, Hunter Pence. J.R. House, the league leading hitter, hitting .346, will clean up and catch. Batting fifth and in left field, Jorge Cortez. Designated hitter Josh Bonifay bats sixth. Walter Young bats seventh, plays first base for the Hooks with the 8-hitter Mark Saccomanno at third base. Rounding out the Hooks starting 9 is second baseman Johnny Ash. That's Anderson, Zobrist, Pence, House, Cortez, Bonifay, Young, Saccomanno, and Ash. Starting lineup for the Arkansas Travelers, of course, a AA affiliate of the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Last place in the first half in the North, 24 wins, 45 losses, and 15-22 when playing on the road. Manager Tyrone Boykin today has Dwayne Bacon leading off, playing center field. Batting second, and in left field, Aaron Peel. Shortstop, Brandon Wood batting third, with Matt Brown handling the cleanup duties and playing third base. Batting fifth is the first baseman, Matt Pauley. Bobby Wilson, the starting catcher, bats sixth, with Greg Porter hitting seventh. He's the DH today. Batting eighth and getting a start in right field, Devin Day. And rounding out Arkansas starting 9 is second baseman Eric Rodland. That's Bacon, Peel, Wood, Brown, Pauley, Wilson, Porter, Day, and Rodland. One note of interest, the Travelers do have only 22 players on their active roster today. That's one under the roster limit here in the Texas League. But, of course, with those 3 moves, the 3 players getting sent off of the Arkansas roster and only 2 players back on the roster, that does leave one empty spot on the roster, and the Angels may be making a move sometime over the next day or two. Have a closer look at our starting pitching matchup. James Holcomb takes the rubber for the Travelers today. The 6'5" native of Reno, Nevada, is making his first start since May 25th. That's when he left the first inning at Midland with a sore back and was immediately placed in the disabled list. Holcomb has gone 0-4 with a 4.08 ERA, but if the Traveler bullpen would have held on to a couple of his leads and the Travs may have given him a few more runs here and there, Holcomb could just as easy have a record of maybe 4-1. Holcomb's been one of the better starting pitchers in the Travelers' starting rotation this year, and still looking for that first win this season. Pitched 53 innings, surrendering 53 hits, walking 11, striking out 35. Holcomb allowing 4 home runs, and the league batting .265 against him. Mitch Talbot is the starting pitcher for the Corpus Christi Hooks. 6'2" native of Cedar City, Utah. Second-round pick in the 2002 draft from Canyon View High School. Talbot is making his 15th appearance of the season. His record 3-3 with a .420 earned run average. He has saved one game, and Talbot was the pitcher lucky enough to follow Roger Clemens when the Rocket made his lone appearance in the Texas League on his way back to the major leagues on June the 11th when the Rocket went 6 innings, striking out 11 batters and not allowing a run, only 2 singles. Well, Talbot took it from there, going 3 innings, striking out 4 batters and holding on to the 5-1 win, so that's how he got the save. Speaking of Roger Clemens, Clemens is making his debut of this season at Minnesota. Actually, at home against Minnesota. And so a lot of the fans here in Corpus Christi, they packed the ballpark 2 Sundays ago when the Rocket made the start here at Whataburger Field. A lot of fans, they may come out to the ballpark today, but I have a feeling that a lot of their attention will be diverted as to how Clemens does today against the Minnesota Twins. I mean, they're always going to draw very well no matter what here at Corpus Christi, but the game over in Houston, I think, is at the top of everybody's list, at least for today, as the Rocket takes on hard-throwing righty Francisco Liriano in what should be an outstanding matchup at Minute Maid Park. Umpire crew for this series, and this is how they're lined up today. Jason Stein, the crew chief, is behind the plate. Stein, a returnee to the Texas League. His father, Bill, a former Arkansas Traveler player. Meanwhile, Aaron Banks will be the umpire at third base today, and Rob Hansen, a newcomer to the Texas League, is over at first base. There's the Texas League umpire crew for today's ball game. I can see that the starting pitcher of the Hooks, Mitch Talbot, has now just started to walk out of the bullpen, which is located just beyond the left center field chain link wall here at Whataburger Field. I can also see James Holcomb warming up in the right field bullpen, which is just past that right field corner. And Talbot starting to walk back towards the foul line along with his starting pitcher, J.R. House, and pitching coach, Joe Slusarski. So it will be a little bit of a delay before this ball game starts. It'll give us a chance to let you know what's happened in the major leagues today. There have all been a couple of final scores, games out of the American League ballparks. The Kansas City Royals have taken 3 straight from Pittsburgh, 15-7. The Royals shellacked the Bucks with John Buck, a former Round Rock Express catcher, hitting his 5th home run of the year. Scott Ellerson got the win. He's 3-8. Paul Mulholland, the loser, 2-6. Tampa Bay was a winner over Arizona, 4-1. That sends the Diamondbacks to a game under 500. Scott Kazmir, another win. Left-hander with his 9th win of the season. Gonzalez falls to 0-1 for the Diamondbacks, and Brian Meadows came on for the save, his 2nd. Johnny Estrada, home run for the D-backs, his 6th. Aubrey Huff hit number 4 for Tampa Bay. Texas, a 5-run 5th inning. That was all they needed for a 5-3 win at home against San Diego. Former Midland left-hander John Reinecker, the winner, 3-1. Clay Hensley, the loser, 4-6, and Antonio Otsuka saved his 14th. Game at Shea Stadium today, the Mets and the Reds. The only game that is not an interleague game being played today. Mets won at 6-2 with Pedro Martinez winning his 7th, and David Wright hitting a pair of home runs right now with 17 on the year. A.J. Burnett returns to the mound. His first start since April 24th. He's taking on Horacio Ramirez and the slumping Atlanta Braves, who've lost 9 straight. Minnesota and Houston, of course. The Rocket, Roger Clemens, makes his debut for this year against Francisco Liriano. And it's Seattle and the Dodgers with King Felix Hernandez taking on Derek Lowe. Over in the American League ballpark, Florida and the Orioles. Jason Olsen trying for a 5th straight win for the Marlins. Chris Benson looking to improve on an 8-5 record for the Orioles. Meanwhile, the White Sox and the Cardinals, where the White Sox have scored 33 runs the last 2 games against St. Louis pitching. It's on the south side of Chicago. Anthony Reyes, the rookie right-hander for the Redbirds, and Freddie Garcia with a record of 8-4 for the world champion White Sox. You can hear the Hooks are being introduced to take their positions. We'll have the national anthem in just a moment. We'll take our last break and return to the first pitch of the second half of the season. And that's a very good thing. Baseball returns after this on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
He's been a sports anchor on TV. He's reported on games of the Kansas City Chiefs. He hosts NFL postgame shows week after week. But he still hasn't quit his day job. Gordon Docking is the Chief Executive Officer of St. Mary's Hospital in suburban Kansas City. He's distinguished himself nationally as an innovator in healthcare, impacting the design of the hospitals of tomorrow. But before he was CEO, he was a master's degree student at Webster University. Today, he's an achiever in many walks of life. I'm Bob Costas, member of the board of Webster University. All Webster campuses around the world share the same belief. Education is more than just a degree. It's real knowledge for real-world success.
Want to buy a new car? Take a dream vacation, remodel your home, or finance just about anything? You can use the equity in your home to make it happen. Right now, Arkansas Federal Credit Union has a home equity line of credit with a 4-month fixed rate as low as 4.5% annual percentage rate with absolutely no fees. Plus, it's easier than ever to access your home equity loan using Arkansas Federal's Visa Platinum credit card. No checks, no hassles. Apply online at afcu.org or call 982-1000.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Is your house looking a bit under the weather? Have extreme weather conditions taken their toll on your home's exterior? The solution isn't more paint. It's weather-resistant vinyl siding from Sears Home Central. Call Sears now for a free in-home estimate at 1-800-531-7785. Sears vinyl siding resists tough weather and keeps your home looking great for years. It has the attractive look of freshly painted wood, yet you'll never need to scrape and paint your home again because vinyl siding from Sears is virtually maintenance-free. Best of all, Sears makes getting your new siding job easy and affordable. Just call Sears now for your free in-home estimate at 1-800-531-7785. Not available in all areas. Services and materials provided by a Sears authorized contractor. License numbers available on request. So if your house is looking under the weather, call Sears for vinyl siding now. 1-800-531-7785. That's 1-800-531-7785.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Back at Whataburger Field, the Arkansas Travelers take their spot in the first base dugout here at this second-year facility. The Hooks over in the third base side. Beautiful ballpark, Whataburger Field, in its second year of operation, is turning into one of the jewels in minor league baseball. Set right up against the Corpus Christi Channel, as it's past the left field stands, and the giant harbor bridge stretching into the distance past center field stands over 200 feet tall. You can see the USS Lexington, one of the heroic ships during World War II and the Vietnam era. Way out past right field in the Corpus Christi Bay. It's just a picture-perfect setting for baseball here in the Gulf Coast. I guess they call this area the Bend down here, the south coast of Texas. Corpus Christi Hooks have become the big draw in the area. And after a disappointing season on the field last year, the Hooks this season have become the best team in the Texas League. Very well, good ball club that really plays all around very good baseball. They have a 282 team batting average, ranking the top average amongst all teams in the league. The team ERA is second lowest at 369. The Hooks are blessed with a bevy of power pitchers to total a league-high 552 strikeouts. And the Hooks pitchers have thrown just about 614 innings, so they average just under a strikeout per inning. Mitch Talbot, the starting pitcher today for the Hooks, Also a strikeout pitcher. He's with 64 in 64 and 1/3 innings, allowing a .304 batting average against, but just 4 home runs. This will be Talbot's 14th start and 15th appearance. And Travelers center fielder Dwayne Bacon will lead things off, and the corners come up as usual with Bacon at the plate. And here's the first pitch of the second half. It's 7:10 in the evening, right over the heart of the plate for a called strike. And it's 0-1 to the Travelers center fielder Bacon. 87 degrees, by the way, at first pitch, and those winds coming from the east-southeast, 19 miles an hour with gusts up to 26. 0-1 miss low to Bacon, 1 ball, 1 strike. Bacon followed by Aaron Teal and Brandon Wood. Dwayne, a switch hitter, batting left-handed. This is his 61st game of the year. Here's the 1-1. Check swing and a sinker, and it was low. They will not appeal on the swing. Ball 2. 2-1 on Bacon. A .213 batting average, 3 home runs. He's driven in 22 this season. Saccomanno, a couple of steps from the cut of the grass at third. The 2-1. Bacon takes a fastball, and it's over the outside corner for a called strike. 2-2. Now the corner's back up into the sunlight. Sun sets right behind the stand here at Whataburger Field. Here's the 2-2. Bacon swings and misses. Talbot strikes him out with a soft changeup that darted under the bat and moved a little bit away from the left-hand batter. And 1 out on a strikeout for Talbot. It is his 65th strikeout of the season in 64 and 2/3 innings. Aaron Teal standing in now. Right-hand batter for the Arkansas Travelers, playing left field today. The wind kicking up a little bit. Flags out in right center. On the top of one of the grassy berms are really blown very hard out towards left field. Ball carried to left today, but not to right. Pitch to Peel, a fastball over the outside half, strike 1. Peel, 6'1", 190 pounds, crouches down just a little bit. Open the stance a bit now. Swings at the 0-1, grounds it up the middle, and a base hit into center field for Aaron Peel. Peel has had multi-hit games in each of his last 4. Starts his second half off with a base hit to center to bring up Brandon Wood. Wood, one of 2 Travelers to start in the All-Star game on Tuesday. He actually hit the ball very hard twice, but finished 0 for 3, lining out to center and flying out to the center field warning track, and also was called out on strikes. Brandon stands in with that tall 6'4" frame, digging a hole in the right backside of the batter's box. Teal takes a lead from first base with the sun right in his eyes, as well as the first baseman Walter Young, who hulks over the bag as Teal leads away. Pitch to Wood is a little under the knees, ball 1. Wood in the first half at .289, team leading 15 homers, and also led the Travelers with 47 runs batted in. He ranked 3rd in the league in homers and tied for 5th in runs batted in. A 1-0 count to Wood, the stretch by Talbot, and here it is. Fastball riding inside on Wood, ball 2. 2-0. Defensively, the Hooks actually have their only weakness in the field, where they committed a league-high 86 errors. They have one of the top outfielders in the Texas League. In fact, both their corner outfielders are 2 of the best. Long stretch by the pitcher Talbot. He flips over to first. Teal dives ahead of the throw. Left fielder Jorge Cortez has committed no errors in 111 chances. Meanwhile, the right fielder Hunter Pence is tied with San Antonio's Vladimir Valentin for the league lead with 9 outfield assists, and the center fielder Anderson can go get anything. Here's a 2-0. Wood swings and misses at a sinker ball. It's over under the bat, strike 1. Third baseman is Mark Saccomanno, who has already committed 7 errors. And Saccomanno was out of the first couple of months in the DL with a broken forearm, just his 16th game, and already committed 7 errors. Short lead by Teal. The 2-1 to Wood is fouled at the plate, 2-2. Shortstop Ben Zobrist, very rangy. He's a smooth shortstop. Second baseman Johnny Ash and Young, somewhat of an immovable object at first base. J.R. House behind the dish has had a tough time throwing out base runners. Just 20% of attempted base runners have been thrown out by the Hooks backstop House. The stretch by Talbot, 2-2 to Wood. A long pause before the pitch. Slider low and away. Nice eye by Wood. That's a tough pitch from Mitch Talbot. It's really the first slider that he has shown Brandon in this at-bat. So the count goes full with Peel at first. We'll see if he's running. On deck, Matt Brown. Field out to a 4-set lead, but he's leaning towards second as Talbot comes set, throws to first. He's got Field picked off. He'll try to get back to second base. Young flips to the shortstop, Zobrist, running him back to first base over to House. House at first runs him back to second and flips to Johnny Ash. Ash is the one who puts the tag on Aaron Peel for the second out of the first inning. Oh, big mistake. Peel running on a hit-and-run play with a 3-2 count, but he was running before the pitch was delivered and ends up getting caught stealing. It was 1-3-6-2-4. Your quite normal 1-3-6-2-4 put out in between first and second base. Not the best executed rundown by the Hooks, but they got the out anyway, and Peel must be huffing and puffing as he sits back on the dugout bench. So it's still full on Wood, and Talbot goes from the windup. Here's the right-hander's payoff. Wood swings and misses, and the inning is over. So Talbot strikes out a pair and catches Aaron Peel stealing in between. No runs, one hit, nobody left. Go to the bottom of the first. The Travs do not score. Here come the Hooks against Traveler right-hander James Holcomb right after this on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
A young married couple sat silently on a porch swing one warm June evening. The young wife looked over at her new husband and asked, "George, do you think my eyes are beautiful?" "Yep," answered George. A minute went by. "George, do you think my hair is attractive?" Again, George answered, "Yep." More time passed. "George, would you say that I have a gorgeous figure?" Once again, George answered yes. "Oh, George," she gushed, "you say the nicest things." I'm Mark Evans, pastor of the Church at Rock Creek. You know, when you're building a marriage, you have to learn how to talk to each other. Think about it.
The Church at Rock Creek has 4 weekend services. Worship times are Sunday mornings at 8 a.m., 9:30 a.m., and 11 a.m., and Monday night at 7 p.m. For more information, call 225-8684 or look on the web at www.churchatrockcreek.org.
We've got a crazy fan on the field here, folks. He's wearing more body paint than a Mustang, Bob. Uh-oh, here come the refs. But he's not slowing down. Fakes left, goes right, throws the straight arm. He's made it past the end zone. Say hello to Mr. Goalpost.
Sports injuries can be ugly, but with some of the best orthopedic physicians in the state, Baptist Health in Ortho, Arkansas deliver the kind of care that can help you get back on your feet and back to the games you love. For an athletic trainer or for more information, call Baptist Health Healthline, 227-8478.
Oh, he's going to feel that in the morning.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Back at Whataburger Field as we go to the bottom of the first inning here in Corpus Christi. The Travelers unable to push a run across the plate to the top of the first, and here's James Holcomb about to throw his first meaningful pitch since he left the game on May 25th. It actually had left the game on May 20th with a sore lower back, but tried to give it one more go. And Holcomb was only able to last 1 inning at Midland. Got a no decision in that ball game. Allowed 3 runs on the first inning, and just the looks on James Holcomb's face as he threw pitch after pitch in that inning back on May 25th, it just said nothing but pure pain. James is feeling just fine. Sore lower back, no longer sore. On a pitch count of about 60 to 80 today, depending on how he feels once we get into the mid-inning. Time for Holcomb to pick up a win. And he has certainly deserved at least a couple of victories this year with a 4.08 ERA and only walking 11 batters against 35 strikeouts in 53 innings. He's had very good starts this year, but Travelers haven't been able to back him up, whether it's been at the plate or in the bullpen. Josh Anderson leads off for the Hooks, left-hand batter who was the All-Star MVP Tuesday. And Holcomb's first pitch of the night is a little bit low for a ball, 1-0. Anderson, who is the only returning All-Star from the 04 All-Star game played at Frisco, wins the MVP on Tuesday with a 1-for-4 effort, including an RBI groundout. The 1-0 pitch to Anderson up high, and it's ball 2, 2-0. Sometimes you wonder what Anderson is still doing here at Double-A. He led the league last year with 50 steals, batted almost 300. He's still just 23 years old and maybe a little bit of room to grow. The 2-0 from Holcomb. And he's missed with 3 in a row. A slider down and in. 3 balls, no strikes on Anderson. His average is at 308. Anderson has homered 1 time and driven in 28. A big number for Anderson is the amount of runs he's scored. He's crossed the plate 46 times in 65 games. Holcomb behind the count 3-0. Here's the windup. And he put one right down the pipe for a called strike. Then Zobrist is on deck, followed by Hunter Pence. And As a matter of fact, the first 4 batters in today's Hooks lineup were the first 4 batters in the South Division lineup Tuesday. 3-1 pitch is smacked high in the air down the left field line. Aaron Till chases to the warning track at the wall. That ball left the ballpark. It leaves the yard. It's a leadoff home run for Josh Anderson. Nothing more than a... Where did that come from? Nothing more than a wind-blown fly ball that he hit down the left field line. It's only 325 feet from home plate to the left field corner, and Anderson used every single inch of those 325 feet as it just barely got over the wall, and that's Anderson's second home run of the season. Well, when you get gusts of wind up to about 26 miles an hour in a short porch in left field, you're going to get some cheap home runs now and again. And that's the way the second half season starts for James Holcomb, an unfortunate home run. Ben Zobrist now stands into the plate. It's 1-0 Hooks. The pitch to the shortstop is in the inside corner for a called strike. Zobrist, a switch hitter, bats left-handed. He's the only switch hitter in the Hooks lineup. .324 average on the year, 2 homers, 24 runs batted in. Holcomb with a wind in the 0-1 pitch, and a changeup just missed the outside corner for a ball. 1-1. Well, Holcomb now has only allowed 5 home runs in 11 starts. He usually does a very good job of keeping the ball in the park. The 1-1 is smacked back this way and over the press box, foul ball, strike 2. One of James' strengths is keeping the ball on the ground. He throws a lot of pitches in the lower part of the strike zone. It's very rare for him to get balls even hit to the warning track. Count 1-2 on Zobrist. Wind up and a change-up round to the second base. Eric Rodlin 2 steps up the middle, fields it, and throws to Matt Pauley for the out at first. And with 1 out, Hunter Pence will come up to the plate for Corpus Christi. A lot was expected of Hunter Pence at the All-Star game, especially in the Home Run Derby where, well, during batting practice a couple of months ago when the Hooks last came through Raymond Field, he put on a show, but Pence was unable to hit a single home run in the Home Run Derby and then went 1 for 4 in the game itself. Wide open stance. He's choking up a little bit, and here's a pitch from Holcomb. Fastball for a strike. A little bit on the outside corner to get ahead, 0-1. Pence, when we last saw him, just not counting the All-Star game, back in May, his average was in the mid-300s, but now he's down to 294. 0-1 pitch. Hits it high in the air down the right field side. Matt Pauley gets underneath it about a quarter of the way down the right field line, and he makes the catch for out number 2. Pence is gone, and here comes J.R. House. It's the fielders behind Holcomb today. Aaron Peel in left field, Wayne Bacon in center, and Devin Day getting the start in right field. It's the 6th different position that Devin Day starts at this season for the Travs. Third base is Matt Brown. Shortstop is Brandon Wood. Rodlin at second base, Matt Pauley at first, and behind the dish is Bobby Wilson. Here's J.R. House into the batter's box at the moment, the league's leading hitter. His average is .346, and the pitch to House, a fastball for a called strike. House 0 for 3 in the All-Star game, striking out in every one of his at-bats. He'd only struck out 26 times all year, and then 3 times in the All-Star game. Holcomb with a pitch in the dirt, but a check swing by House, and he follows through. The home plate umpire sign makes it an 0-2 count. Boy, Holcomb crossed him up there with that pitch. House expecting a fastball, and James threw it off speed. Gets ahead of him 0-2. 1-0 Corpus Christi on the leadoff homer by Josh Anderson. Holcomb lifts the leg, delivers a fastball, and it just missed a little bit high. That was a very hard pitch coming in there from Holcomb at 93 miles an hour on the AT&T Yahoo high-speed radar gun. Holcomb quickly back to work. The 1-2 to House. In the dirt, a slider blocked by Bobby Wilson. 2 balls, 2 strikes on J.R. House. 8 homers for House, 47 RBI. His career has been well documented. Former top prospect of the Pirates who left baseball last year and was the backup quarterback for West Virginia University. 2-2 pitch. Fastball lined the other way to shallow right, coming in Day, but it'll fall well in front of him, and a base hit for J.R. House. Soft line drive over Rodlin's head, and nothing Day could have done, so the second base hit for the Hooks here in the first inning brings up Jorge Cortez. Cortez, the first batter that we see from the Hooks who was not in the All-Star game, but he had the numbers to get there. .323 batting average for Cortez, 4 homers, 21 runs batted in. His average would rank third highest in the league. It's also third highest on the roster for the Hooks. The stretch and the pitch to the lefty. Fastball called strike on the inside corner. 0-1 to Cortez. Cortez has a couple of impressive streaks on the line today. He's had a hit in 17 straight games. Extended that hit streak with a ninth-inning home run at Frisco on Sunday. He's also been on base 40 consecutive games with hits in 35. 0-1 pitch. Change up outside, 1-1. Cortez, just as J.R. House, the on-deck batter Josh Bonifay, and the 7-hitter Walter Young are all former Pirate prospects. Cortez took part in the Futures game, played for the World Squad in 2004, is a native of Colombia. 1-1 pitch, fastball, a little low, ball 2. Cortez checked the swing. 2 balls, 1 strike. A run home on the wind-blown homer by Josh Anderson. Only the 5th long ball that James Holcomb has given up this year. Anderson has now hit 4 homers in 2 years. The 2-1 pitch just missed outside. Ball 3. A couple of close ones not going Holcomb's way here in the first inning. On deck, Josh Bonifay, another All-Star. At first base, J.R. House. He doesn't run very well. A short lead. Roblin deep at second. Wood closer to second base from short. 3-1 pitch. Cortez swings a high, deep drive to right field. Going back, Devin Day at the wall. It is caught by Devin Day at the fence. The wind that caused Anderson's ball to leave the ballpark blew that one back in, and Day catches it with his back up against the chain link fence. So the Hooks get a wind-blown homer and get one robbed from them by Mother Nature. 1-0 Corpus Christi on the leadoff homer by Josh Anderson. They strand a man. We'll go to the top of the second. It's 1-0 Corpus Christi on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Did you know that more than 250 Arkansans are currently awaiting an organ transplant? And did you know that every 16 minutes, a new name is added to the organ transplant waiting list? You can help to reduce these numbers by registering to become an organ donor. Call the Arkansas Regional Organ Recovery Agency at 866-660-5433 or visit the Aurora website at www.arora.org to learn more. Become an organ donor. Give hope. In today's busy world, who has time for questions? Where to go, how to get there, what to eat? With over 30 locations in Central, North Central, and Northeast Arkansas, Double B's has the answers. Double B's makes it easy to stop in and get on with your day, wherever you are. Start your day with Double B's Coffee Cafe. Gourmet coffee, better than most coffee houses. Grab lunch on the go with delicious selections from Quiznos, Pizza Pro, Baskin Robbins, Chester's Fried Chicken, or Subway. Clean your auto with a car wash. And all Double B's locations feature pay-at-the-pump technology, so you're back on the road in no time. Make the most of your time and stop worrying about life's little questions. We've got the answers at Double B's.
Dr. Pepper, the taste of originality, Dr. Pepper. Salute individuality, Dr. Pepper. Do what you do, your moment has come. You're not like anyone, nothing's better, Dr. Pepper.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Go to the top of the second inning here at Corpus Christi's Whataburger Field with the sun pouring over the left field stands. Still, the field has now been overtaken by the shadows. Lights are up at the Big Burger, and the wind continues to blow. Whataburger Field has some interesting dimensions. They have foot markers at about 7 different spots on the outfield wall, but only one position in the left field side of the ballpark is marked. 325 down the left field line. They measure 400 feet to straightaway center. Deepest part of the park is about 20 feet to the right of center field, 407. 375 to the right field alley. 360 to dead right field, and a very cozy 315 into the right field corner. You could rob a home run here at Corpus Christi. The fence varies from about 6 feet tall to 8 feet tall, and doesn't get any taller than 8 feet. Leading off for the Travelers, Matt Brown. Mitch Talbot fires a fastball to get ahead at the letters, and it's 0-1 of the cleanup batter. Travelers did get a base hit in the first inning, but Aaron Peel was caught stealing, more or less picked off by Talbot, the 0-1. And Brown takes another fastball. That one's right on the inside corner for a called strike, and it's 0-2. Brown, Matt Pauley, and Bobby Wilson here in the second inning. Brownie hitting .287, 9 homers, 32 runs batted, and been hit the ball pretty well recently. But Talbot ahead. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And the slider, check swing, foul ball. And Brown just barely got a piece of it, flicking the wrist. And stays alive 0-2. Talbot has shown a nose for the strikeout today, 2 whiffs against 3 batters. And averaging now more than a strikeout per inning pitched. Brown back into the plate, down 0-2. Here's the windup. And Talbot's pitch, a sinker, swing and a miss, strike 3. Boy, Talbot has some serious motion on that pitch. If it's it might not be a sinker, it might be a split-fingered fastball. They do have a radar gun reading here. That measured at 82 miles an hour. How many sinkers will come into that hard, but boy, he's got that split-fingered apparently working today. Here comes Matt Pauley into the batter's box. Left-hand batter playing first base today, giving Greg Porter a night as a designated hitter. Nobody on base, 1-0 the Hooks. Talbot lifts the leg, rears back, deals a fastball inside, 1-0. Mentioned that Talbot was a second-round draft choice in 2001 out of Canyon View High School in Utah. 1-0 to Pauley. A little under the knees, inside as well, ball 2-0. So this is Talbot's 4th professional season. He's a career record of 25 and 28 with 1 save. 2-0 up high is missed with 3 in a row to Pauley. 3-0 the count against the Travelers first baseman. Pauley hitting .234, 6 home runs, 21 runs batted in, slumping as of the moment. Here's the 3-0. It takes all the way, and it hit the outside corner. Pauley hit a 3-run homer in Game 1 in the doubleheader on Sunday. That was a game the Travs won 17-2 against Wichita. Only 5 hits in his last 40 at-bats. 3-1. Swinging a foul tip off the catcher. Now it's a full count. And Talbot can try for his 4th strikeout out of 5 batters faced. Pauley in his 38th game with the Travelers. Started the season at Single-A Rancho Cucamonga. And replaced Mike Elward on the Arkansas active roster. 3-2 count. Here's the windup. Talbot deal. Change up. Lifted in the air to shallow left. Cortez waits for that ball, and he makes the catch, a rather easy grab. And they're 2 away. That'll bring up Bobby Wilson. Wilson spent the All-Star break in Little Rock. Although a lot of people thought that he could have and should have been a part of the All-Star game. But instead, Chris Iannetta of Tulsa and Wichita's Matt Tupman got the chance to catch in the game. Pitch to Bobby is fisted right to second base. 1 hop the second baseman, Johnny Ash. Routine 4-3 put out. The Travs down in order in the top of the second inning. So not much going on for the Travelers offensively. And it's 1-0 Corpus Christi as we go to the bottom of the second inning after these words on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
The romance begins at Cupid's. Choose from Central Arkansas's largest selection of apparel and lingerie in every size, style, and color. And don't forget the wide selection of menswear, toys, massage oil, and lotion. It's Cupid's Lingerie and more. 2585 Donaghy Street in the Townsend Plaza, Conway, 65th and Scott Hamilton, and 9700 North Rodney Perham in Little Rock, plus 3360 Central Avenue in Hot Springs. Just look for the purple neon hearts, and you'll know you're in the right place. Cupid's Lingerie and more.
Hey, fans, it's easy to get discount tickets to Travs games all year thanks to Ready Ice. Arkansas's #1 ice company, Ready Ice presents Ready Ice Wednesdays at Wayne Winder Field. Just pick up a discount coupon for any Wednesday Travs home game anywhere Ready Ice is sold, like most Shell and Exxon gas stations. Bring the coupons to the Travs box office for $3 general admission tickets to any Wednesday home game. That's Ready Ice Wednesdays at Wayne Winder Field all season long. Thanks to Arkansas's #1 ice company, Ready Ice.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less selling Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Back to Whataburger Field in the bottom of the second inning. The Corpus Christi Hooks 1 and the Arkansas Travelers nothing. Reminder, Travelers fans, we are on the road for 7 games, returning to Raywinder Field Friday, June 30th. As the Travelers celebrate the city that is building Dickie Stevens Park with a North Little Rock ball cap to the first 1,000 paid adults with a $6 general admission courtesy of Union Pacific and Fox 16. But there's something else going on at Raywinder Field on Monday as the commemorative tickets for the last game at Raywinder Field go on sale. It'll be Monday, June 22nd. The commemorative special tickets have been printed by the Travelers. And those will be the tickets that you use to get into the ballpark when the Travs play their final home game at Raywinder Field on Sunday, September the 3rd. Tickets are still $6 adults, $3 kids 14 and under, and move into the box seats for $2, even though it's the last game ever at the splendid old yard. Bottom of the second, Josh Bonifay leading off. Holcomb's delivery is outside, and there's the ball 1-0. Bonifay, the 6-hitter, 0 for 2 in the All-Star game with a strikeout as the starting designated hitter for the South. And the 1-0 pitch missed outside. It's 2-0. Bonifay is followed by Walter Young and Mark Saccomanno. Bonifay advanced, 27 years old, his 4th straight year at Double-A. 2-0 pitch. Fastball strike outside corner, 2-1. Bonifay has had outstanding seasons at Single-A and Double-A in the Pittsburgh organization and having a decent year here at Houston. 256 average, 11 homers, 44 RBI. Holcomb's 2-1 pitch. Bonifay jumps away from a fastball at his elbow, and it's inside, ball 3. 3-1. Holcomb threw 21 pitches in the first inning and has gone to 3-1 against Bonifay to lead off the second. And here's the delivery. Fastball ripped deep to left field. That's going back. Aaron Peel leaps it off the wall. Bounds in front of Peel. Bonifay easily getting into the second with a stand-up double. So Bonifay hits it about halfway up the left field fence. Peel did all he had, but looked like he may have gotten turned around on that line drive, and then when he got back towards the warning track, it was too late, just out of his reach on the leap attempt. So for Bonifay, it's his 13th double of the year, and it looks like Holcomb is getting these pitches a little bit up in the strike zone, which is not his plan of attack. And the Anderson home run and a pitch that was up in the zone. The Cortez long drive, which would have been a homer if not for Mother Nature, that was up in the zone, and the same thing with Bonifay's double. Here's Walter Young. You want to keep pitches low to him. Delivery from Holcomb is wide, and it's 1-0. The one thing, Young hulks over the plate, almost daring you to bring it inside a little. He stands 6'5". He's listed at 295. That might be generous. The 1-0 pitch is hit in the air, left center field, away from Dwayne Bacon, but Aaron Peel is underneath it. Peel makes the catch, and he holds Bonifay at second base, firing to Brandon Wood at short. Well, that ball was destined to go just to the left of center field, but with the strong wind coming over the right field wall, it is blowing everything at least 20, maybe 30 feet further to the left field side than if there was no wind at all. So this is going to be an adventurous day for every outfielder, and especially on pop-ups that go over towards the first base seat. Here's Mark Saccomanno. Saccomanno playing his 17th game since coming off the disabled list. He's missed the entire first 2 months. Pitch to the righty, jams him, popped out of play. Strike 1. Nice pitch by Holcomb right on Saccomanno's fifth. Saccomanno played quite a bit last year for Corpus Christi, one of the top power hitters at 12 homers, batted .278, and hit 36 doubles. Long, lean right-hand batter from Houston. The 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Holcomb had enough on the fastball to blow it by him. Strike 2. Saccomanno had broken his left forearm at spring training and has been slow to start since coming off the DL on June 1st. He's hitting just .183, although 3 homers, 10 runs batted in. Holcomb, the stretch, checking Bonifay at second. The 0-2 pitch is inside, ball 1. Throwing a lot of fastballs, Holcomb is. And he's getting them into the low 90s. He's even touched 93 one time in the first inning. The Hooks won, the Travelers nothing. Josh Anderson led off the bottom of the first with his second home run of the year. And the Hooks have a chance to score a run after the leadoff double by Bonifay and a one-out spot for Saccomanno. Holcomb lifts the leg, looks towards second, and steps off. Second baseman Eric Rodland is jockeying for position with Bonifay. About 5 feet off the bag. Stretched by Holcomb. Rodland backs off. The pitch is chopped to second base. Two-hopper for Rodland. Gloves it clean. Flips to Pauly at first for the out. There's 2 gone. And on the second out of the inning, Bonifay advances to third base. That'll be Johnny Ash. Ash getting the start at second base today, where he has started most of the season. Ash has played second base 44 games this year. Bonifay and Osvaldo Fernando have played the other games at second base, but Ash is hitting .361 in 44 games. Left-hand batter close to the plate. The pitch, fastball at the knees, a called strike. Ash stands just 5'9", weighs 185. Straight-legged stance, bat just to the left of his ear. And here's the 0-1, high and away, 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs, bottom of the second here at Corpus Christi's Whataburger Field. Josh Bonifay advanced to third base after a leadoff double, but Holcomb has 2 outs. 1-1 to Ash. Down and in, dug out by Bobby Wilson as Ash jumped away from the fastball, and it's 2-1. Ash has driven in just 6 runs this year in 44 games. And Holcomb trying to keep him at 6 RBI. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Chopped off his own foot. Strike 2. Ash readjusting his batting gloves. Plate umpire Jason Stein wipes off the plate. Bobby Wilson slaps on the catcher's mask, crouches down. Holcomb with the ball behind his back, leaning in. Infield is deep, playing for Ash to pull just a little bit. Here's the 2-2. Ash swings and pops it out of play. Back over the net, it hits the second level, the luxury suite here at Whataburger Field. There's about 25 of them. Still 2-2. Good pitch there by Holcomb, right on the fifth. But Ash, a contact hitter, even though he's not choking up, he really seems to have great bat control. Not any movement at all. And here's the 2-2. Swinging a fly ball left center. Dwayne Bacon going after it as it blows away from him. He makes the running catch. Peel was there to back him up anyway, and that'll end the second inning. So Holcomb, a nice job pitching around the leadoff double. He strands Josh Bonifay at third base. And after 2 innings at Whataburger Field, our score, the Corpus Christi Hooks 1 and the Arkansas Travelers nothing. You're listening to Traveler Baseball on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Is your house looking a bit under the weather? Have extreme weather conditions taken their toll on your home's exterior? The solution isn't more paint. It's weather-resistant vinyl siding from Sears Home Central. Call Sears now for a free in-home estimate at 1-800-531-7785. Sears vinyl siding resists tough weather and keeps your home looking great for years. It has the attractive look of freshly painted wood, yet you'll never need to scrape and paint your home again because vinyl siding from Sears is virtually maintenance-free. Best of all, Sears makes getting your new siding job easy and affordable. Just call Sears now for your free in-home estimate at 1-800-531-7785. Not available in all areas. Services and materials provided by a Sears authorized contractor. License numbers available on request. So if your house is looking under the weather, call Sears for vinyl siding now. 1-800-531-7785. That's 1-800-531-7785.
Claude Markham on working in the United States Navy.
I'm an aviation ordnanceman, second class. It's an indescribable feeling being up on the flight deck and just being next to them, pulling the pin from the weapon launcher before they take off. It's a big rush inside, and not many people my age can do the job that I do out in the outside at such a young age.
Most jobs reveal what you do. Ours reveal who you are. To learn more, check out Navy.com or call 1-800-USA-NAVY. Navy. Accelerate your life. You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Heading into the top of the third here at Whataburger Field. It's a 1-0 score. Corpus Christi getting a home run to start the bottom of the first from Josh Anderson. Meanwhile, the Travelers have had some trouble against Mitch Talbot. He's allowed 1 hit against 6 batters. Greg Porter leads off the third, and the Traveler DH takes a called strike at the knee. Talbot's been very effective getting ahead with a fastball and then finishing batters off with a split finger. The 0-1 to Porter is wide. 1 ball, 1 strike. Porter, left-hand batter, the DH today, is hitting .283 with 8 home runs, and he's driven in 30. Bounces the bat off his left shoulder, gripping it again, and here's the 1-1. Inside a bit, ball 2. Talbot with a slider just off the plate. Travs and the Hooks locking horns for the 8th time this year. Travs actually have won 3, losing 4 to the Hooks. Porter swings through a fastball, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Travelers took 2 of 3 here from the Hooks at Whataburger Field in the early part of the first half. 2-2, swing and a miss, strikeout number 4. Another one on the split-fingered pitch. There's 1 away to start the 3rd inning. I'll bring up Devin Day. Day getting the start in right field, the 6th different position he has started at this year. Mostly Day has played at second base, but he's also played center field 7 games. First pitch on the way, Day shows bunt and takes a called strike over the outside corner, 0-1. But Day is also showing that he's not just a guy versatile with the glove. He's starting to hit the ball much better. Had a hit in 4 of his last 5, 7 for 19 during that stretch. 0-1 pitch. Day takes another strike. That's over the outside corner just at the knees. And it's 0-2. 203 average for Devin in 21 games with Arkansas. 2 homers, 7 runs batted in. Talbot going for his is a 5th strikeout. Here's the 0-2. And it missed a little bit high. Ball 1. Devin with a light open stance, holds the bat high. Here's the pitch. Swing and a tip off the plate. As another split finger delivery from Mitch Talbot. And he's going to that pitch quite a lot with a 2-strike count. Got to be a tough pitch to lay off. Comes floating up to the plate, almost begging you to swing, and then just dives straight down. If it's thrown well, it'd be one of the toughest pitches in baseball to hit, or even recognize what's coming. The windup, the 1-2 from Talbot. Fastball chopped to short. Zobrist comes in, fields it on the 3rd bounce, flips over to the first baseman Young, and there's 2 away. That 6th consecutive batter set down by Mitch Talbot ever since Aaron Peel's 1-out single in the 1st inning. But Talbot at the moment has faced a minimum as Peel had been caught stealing by the pitcher. All-star second baseman Eric Rodlin stepping in. Rodlin, although 0 for 3 in the All-Star game, handled every chance at second base cleanly. Here's a pitch inside of the left-hander, ball 1. Rodlin also came close to a homer, flying out to the right field track. That was one of 4 balls that either went to the fence or hit the fence, hit by North Division hitter. 1-0 pitch in the dirt, ball 2. Rodlin with 2 outs and nobody on base. 1-0 Corpus Christi. Eric batting .299. 3 homers, 25 ribbies. 2-0 pitch. Swing and a chopper to first base goes foul by a couple of feet past Walter Young. And the count goes to 2-1 with Talbot against the 9-hitter Rodlin. Eric actually had a couple of days off to get ready for the All-Star game. Didn't play Sunday. Of course, Monday was part of the All-Star break. Here's a 2-1 pitch. In the dirt again, ball 3. 3-1 to Rodlin. Rodlin also yesterday off, although the team had a 10 o'clock bus to take, 10 at night. It was a long bus ride here to Corpus Christi. 3-1 pitch. Low, ball 4, and the second base runner for the Travelers comes on the first walk issued by Mitch Talbot. To the top of the Arkansas order, and Dwayne Bacon. Bacon a strikeout to start the game. 8 for his last 46. At first base, Rodlin represents the tying run. Travs trailing 1-0, top of the 3rd. Bacon from the left side waits. Talbot delivers from the stretch. And missed a little low with that split finger to 1-0 count. Roger Clemens, by the way, has struck out 3 Minnesota batters in 2 1/3 innings. 0-0 at Houston in the third. Pitch to Bacon, swing and a miss, 1 ball, 1 strike. Clemens had retired the first 13 batters he had faced against San Antonio 2 Sunday nights ago here at Whataburger Field, before allowing a couple of singles in 6 innings. Mitch Talbot took it from there. Talbot had never had an appearance as a reliever throughout the first 3.5 seasons of his career, but I think he had no problem stepping aside for 1 day for Roger Clemens. Stretched by the right-hander. There goes the runner. The pitch is swung on and missed. There, House's throw is right on the money. The tag, and he is out. Rodman caught stealing second base. It'll go 2-6 for the final out of the third inning, but at least Wayne Bacon will be leading off come the fourth. The Travelers, another scoreless inning, taking us to the bottom of the third. 1-0 Corpus Christi on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
From the hilltops of Atlanta to the California sand. Come on, one day across the nation, yeah. I'm a burrito in every time. Every woman,
Most Burritos, 2834 North Hills Boulevard in North Little Rock by Kroger's at North Hills and McCain. Go your own way with National Car Rental. Take a one-tank trip and discover Arkansas. National's great weekend special is just what you need for a trip to the Ozarks. Or get your friends together and rent a minivan to historic Eureka Springs. National offers a wide choice of sizes and styles, from luxury cars to vans and sport utility vehicles. Unlimited mileage rates are available. National Car Rental has 2 convenient locations, Little Rock Airport and North Little Rock at 3919 Clark Avenue. See National Car Rental's ad in the yellow pages. Go your own way with National Car Rental.
1, 2, 3.
We're at the supermarket checking out shopping lists.
Oh, here's mine.
Let's see. Milk, cheese, yogurt, ding, ding, ding.
Oh, do I win?
Well, actually, you probably lose.
What?
Lose inches.
Oh?
These studies show that people following a proper reduced calorie diet that included 3 servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt every day had better weight loss results and trimmed more from their waistline than if they just cut calories alone. So eat 3 cool, creamy servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt a day.
Wow, I consider that a win.
Have you had your 3 today?
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Into the bottom of the third inning here at Whataburger Field as the sun continues to set on the Corpus Christi Bay. Phil Elson with you on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE. First game of the second half of the season. Travelers last year won the second half after a disappointing first half, and we're certainly hoping for the same thing in 2006. Top of the Corpus Christi order, and Josh Anderson coming up to lead off. Anderson led off the first inning with a home run to the left field corner, wind blown, with the wind gusting at 26 miles an hour. And here's Holcomb's first delivery. It is bunted by Anderson. Third baseman Brown will bare hand flip on the run, and it is not in time. Not a bad throw by Matt Brown, but Anderson dropped down that bunt perfectly and get credit for a bunt single. Something he does quite a lot. Here comes Ben Zobrist up to the plate. And home run for Anderson, by the way. It's just been his third in the Texas League. He hit his only homer against the Travelers last year. And he hits another home run against the Travelers this year. What is it about the guys from Arkansas that gives Anderson a little bit of power? Throw to first base. Anderson dives back. This is something we'll see quite a bit now. Anderson has stolen 18 bases in 25 attempts. Led the league last year, swiping 50 bags. Anderson caught 19 times last year. Decent lead. Paulie Holding. He's off. The pitch is a called strike. Throw to second base. Bounces into the shortstop. Wood was able to catch it, but the tag is not in time. So a steal for Anderson. Nobody out, and a chance for Ben Zobrist to put the Hucks up by a couple of runs. Zobrist bounced out of the first inning to second base. But if he bounces out to second base here, he'll move Anderson to third. Rodman backs up and plays deep. Wood behind the base runner off of second.
And Holcomb's 0-1 pitch to Zobrist is outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Travs took on the Hooks in the first half of the season. Zobrist batted .387 against Arkansas, the highest batting average for any Hook player. Holcomb, quiet stretch, checks on the runner at second, and lifts the leg. The 1-1 is slapped foul into the second level, bounces off the facade and back into the seat. The count of 1-2. Nothing Corpus Christi. 4 base hits for the Hooks, only 1 base knock for the Travs. Right fielder Devin Day is playing shallow, but there's a big gap in right center for Zobrist. 2 checks by Holcomb at second before the pitch. Thrown into the dirt. Good block by Wilson, holding Anderson at second base. 2-2. The way the wind is blowing today forces managers to configure their outfield a little bit differently than they usually would. There's going to be a big gap in right center field pretty much all game long. Any ball hit into that right center gap is going to be blown directly where the center fielder is waiting. Holcomb gives Anderson a glance, delivers a changeup low, and Zobrist took a tough one to take. Ball 3. Nobody out. The runner at second, and Anderson is very speedy, and Holcomb about to go through the meat of the Hooks lineup. 3-2 count on Zobrist. He leads the Hooks by taking 39 walks. Holcomb with a payoff pitch. Swinging a ground ball. It is foul outside the first base line by a couple of inches before it got to the base. Plate umpire Jason Stein forced to make the call, with the umpires leaning over to the third base side of the field. Anderson leading away from second. Zobrist has knocked in 24 runs this year. Finished with 5 RBIs in the first half against Arkansas. Holcomb back into the stretch. Wilson's target is on the outside corner. The pitch, a check swing, foul ball into the backstop. Won't do it again. Zobrist unable to hold the bat far enough back to get out of the way of that rising fastball. Holcomb twirling the ball around. He's in a battle here with Zobrist. 7 pitches. And Zobrist steps out of the box. Plate umpire signaling that Bobby Wilson was the one who was granted timeout, not the hitter. Dave Clark asked why timeout was called, and signed points right at the catching helmet of Bobby Wilson. Clark watching Anderson lead from second. Now time is called by Wilson. He'll run out to the mound. As he and James Holcomb will figure out their signs. Again, it's been a while for Holcomb in a meaningful game. He did throw a couple of simulated games just to make sure that the soreness in his lower back did not return. Just trying to find a measure of comfort with his catcher Bobby Wilson, whom he worked with in all of his 27, or most of his 27 appearances last year at Rancho. Holcomb is ready. Here's the payoff. Zobrist takes ball 4, very close. A fastball that just missed underneath the shortstop's knee. First and second, no outs for one of the top batters in the league, Hunter Pence. Although Pence popped up in the first inning, he's on a 7-game hit streak. And he has been made for positions just like this. Pence this year with 53 runs batted in. Holcomb checking second base. Delivers, swing and a miss. Pence tried to hit that ball over the Corpus Christi channel and missed everything. Big cut, but all he did was add to the breeze. 0-1 the count on Pence. Of his 53 RBIs, 10 against Arkansas. Short lead now by Anderson at second. The pitch is a curve, and it just missed inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Tell you, a lot of the pitches Holcomb is missing with. He's not missing by all that much. They're very close. Anderson off second, Zobrist from first. Infield wants a double play. The pitch is fouled back. Pence a little bit late on that swing. Strike 2. As I mentioned earlier, when Holcomb is on, he's going to get a lot of ground balls. And he's allowed a lot of fly balls today and getting pitches up in the zone. Ground ball could lead to a double play. Here's the 1-2. The runner's bluff. The pitch is swung on and fouled back over the press box. Anderson and Zobrist both took a step and a half, making a move like they were going to attempt to steal, or at least stay out of the double play. They were holding. Holcomb looking for his first strikeout of the game. Pence has whiffed 58 times this year. The 1-2, swing and a miss, and he climbs the ladder with a fastball to strike him out. 1 away in the 3rd inning. And now Holcomb can't get out of the inning with a double play. J.R. House coming up to the plate. House is the league leader in base hits. Singled to right field in the 1st inning, his 92nd base hit of the year. 2 on, 1 out. 3rd base is open. The runner's going. The pitch is a strike. Wilson throw to second base, a little high, but right on the money anyway, and Zobrist is tagged out by Eric Roblin. Zobrist seemed to be a little bit surprised that the throw went to second base rather than third. And I mean, really just, it doesn't matter where the second out is recorded. A fly ball or a ground ball would not score the runner. So the out at second base goes 2-4. Zobrist caught stealing for the 4th time, and Anderson advances on the fielder's choice. That is the 27th runner that Wilson has caught stealing in 61 attempts. 2 outs. It's a 0-1 count on House. House has driven in 47 runs, 8 RBIs in his last 8 games. Infield can play back and forget about the runner. Holcomb still from the stretch. The 0-1 to House. Slider low and a nice block by Wilson, holding Anderson at third, 1-1. House back into the batter's box with a large piece of armor on his left elbow. He has had elbow surgery in his career, but it was his right elbow that had the Tommy John surgery, not the left. Holcomb hands together. The high set and the 1-1 pitch. And that missed a little bit outside, if it missed at all. Ball 2, 2-1. From up here in the press box at Whataburger Field, you get a pretty good idea of the strike zone. You're right behind the plate. Almost a completely unblocked view. The 2-1 pitch is low. Ball 3, 3-1. Jason Stein's strike zone today might be a little bit haphazard. But both teams have to deal with it. 1-0, the Hooks in the bottom of the 3rd. Holcomb trying to pitch around the leadoff base hit by Anderson. Strand him at third base. 3-1 pitch to House. Outside, the second walk of the inning. Almost 60 pitches now for James Holcomb. At this rate, he won't be going much further than the 4th if he gets into the 4th. Pitch count of about 60 to 80 today, or rather, depending on how he is feeling. And still trying to shake off the rust from 3 weeks from his last meaningful pitch. Still get out of the 3rd inning without a run if he retires Jorge Cortez. Runners at the corners, 2 outs. A pitch to Cortez. Hit in the air towards center field. Dwayne Bacon coming in 2 steps, moves towards left another step, and makes the catch. So the ball was hit well, but Bacon was there to bring it in. No runs for the Hooks in the 3rd inning. 1 base hit, 2 men stranded. And 3 innings have been put at the scorebook here at Whataburger Field. Our score, Corpus Christi 1, Arkansas 0. This is Traveler Baseball on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
What if there were no bad drivers?
What if everyone always followed the speed limit? What if 10-car pileups didn't exist? In a world like that, we'd all be better off. It's why Allstate is introducing 2 incentives to drive safe. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, you'll get cash off your renewal bill with a safe driving bonus. And for every year of safe driving, you'll get $100 off your deductible with deductible rewards. Another year, another $100 off, up to $500. But it's not just about saving money. Safe driving also saves lives. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate, Dan. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can get $100 off your deductible the day you sign up. Features are optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Deductible awards apply to collision coverage. Patent pending. Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company and Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
Stone Lakes Golf Course is one of Central Arkansas's hidden sports gems. Located just 1 mile off I-440 on Faulkner Lake Road, Stone Lake features a unique link-style course and some of the most reasonable green speeds around, complete with driving range plus chipping and putting greens and a full-range snack bar. Stone Lakes has everything a good duffer needs. Check out a hole-by-hole description on stonelakes.net or call 945-0945 for Stone Lakes.
Faithfully chronicling the Bush administration implosion.
Air America Little Rock.
1380 KDXE North Little Rock.
3 innings of the scorebook. Here are your totals at Whataburger Field. For the Arkansas Travelers, no runs, 1 hit, no errors. Travis stranded nobody. For the Corpus Christi Hooks, 1 run, 4 hits, no errors. They've left 4 men on base. It's obvious who's had the better of the opportunities to score yet. The only run of this game coming on a homer by Josh Anderson, his 2nd of the year. Dwayne Bacon leads off the 4th. Mitch Talbot delivers. Bacon showing bunt, but takes a fastball high. Bacon was at the plate when Eric Rodlin was caught stealing as the final out of the 3rd inning. Travis had 2 men reach base today. They've both been caught stealing, one by Talbot and one by the catcher, J.R. House. Here's the 1-0. Showing bunt. He bunts it foul. Bacon actually had it tipped into the catcher's mitt. Strike 1. Bacon a strikeout of the 1st. Now struck out 59 times in 61 games. The leg kick by Talbot. And the 1-1 is swung through and missed. That's a changeup darting away from the batter. 1-2. The corner's back off. Check the Texas League scores this inning on the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard as Talbot rocks back with a 1-2 offering. Down and in, a fastball, and it's 2-2. He has struck out 4. Looking for his 5th. Talbot has walked 1 batter and allowed 1 hit. That was Aaron Peel singling in the 1st. Here's a 2-2. Bacon swings and misses, and another strikeout to Mitch Talbot, his 5th. And all 5 strikeouts have come on a split-fingered fastball. Aaron Peel coming up as we check the scores around the league. Alex Gordon homered for the Wranglers in the 1st inning, his 10th. And it's Wichita 1, Frisco nothing at the top of the 3rd at Lawrence Dumont Stadium. Down at Tulsa, the Midland Rockhounds scored 4 runs in the 2nd inning, and it's still the Rockhounds 4, and the Drillers nothing, 3rd inning. Pitch to Aaron Peel, a called strike, 0-1. Lloyd Turner, a home run for Midland, his 5th. Springfield 2, San Antonio 1, top of the 3rd at the Wolf, 0-1 to Peel. Check swing, the fastball is inside, 1-1. Peel, a single in the 1st, but then was caught stealing after Brandon Wood carried a count to 3-2, and Peel was caught running before the pitch was delivered. The 1-1, swing and a miss, and that split-fingered pitch again, strike 2. Talbot quite obviously has command of that splitty today, and the Travelers are going fishing quite a bit and getting no bites. The 1-2 pitch. Outside, a ball, 2-2. Talbot's strikeout totals really going much higher this year than at any point in his career. 2-2 to Peel. Swing and a miss. Another strikeout, same pitch. Just splitting. 6th strikeout of the game. Talbot had never averaged 1 strikeout per inning over a 3-year career, although he'd had decent strikeout totals. Last season, 100 strikeouts at single-A Salem and 151 in the third inning. But this year, the strikeout totals have jumped. Counting 6 strikeouts today, Talbot has whipped 70 batters in just 67 innings. Here's Brandon Wood, also a strikeout victim in the first inning, and the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike one. That was a slider. Talbot's strikeout high this year is 8. He struck out 8 batters 4 times. Pitch to Wood, swing and a miss, strike 2. So Talbot, a pitch away from striking out the side, carrying a 1-0 lead into the bottom of the fourth. Here it is, and Wood pops it off over the first base side. The wind not strong enough to blow it back into play as it settles into the box seats over the Arkansas dugout. Still 0-2 on Wood. Talbot last struck out 8 hitters. 826, a no decision at Tulsa. 8 strikeouts, 5 innings. 0-2 pitch to Wood. Fastball caught him looking over the outside corner. Strike 3. Wood a little disgruntled with a call of Jason Stein, but Mitch Talbot strikes out the side here in the fourth inning. He has struck out 7 batters in 4 dominating innings and still has faced the minimum. Bottom of the fourth coming up, still 1-0 to the Hook. This is Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
Want to buy a new car? Take a dream vacation, remodel your home, or finance just about anything? You can use the equity in your home to make it happen. Right now, Arkansas Federal Credit Union has a home equity line of credit with a 4-month fixed rate as low as 4.5% annual percentage rate with absolutely no fees. Plus, it's easier than ever to access your home equity loan using Arkansas Federal's Visa Platinum credit card. No checks, no hassles. Apply online at afcu.org or call 982-1000.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell.
My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space.
I would not.
Well, no, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense.
Zero is for the 0 calories.
Just stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that?
I wish I could speculate on that, sir.
The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
For 30 seasons, Jim Elder was the radio voice of the Arkansas Travelers. Fans knew him as the human encyclopedia of sports knowledge from baseball to horse racing to football. Jim knew it all, but Jim Elder was about much more than sports. He also loved to help kids, and that's why his friends and family started the Jim Elder Good Sport Fund. The fund helps organizations that teach kids about life through sports, like Park, RBI Baseball at Lamar Porter Field, the First Tee, Arkansas Sheriff's Youth Ranch, and kids clinics with the Arkansas Travelers. Jim Elder's legend will live on in Arkansas through the Jim Elder Good Sport Fund. See them online at jimelder.org.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Members from a local naval station getting a round of applause as they had a chance to walk from clubhouse to clubhouse. A parade-like walk down on the warning track behind the plate. Simply a beautiful night for baseball here at the Corpus Christi Bay. Still that soft breeze. It's not quite soft, but not as hard as it was back in the first inning when Corpus Christi scored the game's only run on a leadoff homer by Josh Anderson. But it's still blowing hard enough to cool you off a little bit further. It was a sticky day when you get off the bus in Corpus Christi. And at the moment, the sun is making its last stand for the evening. James Holcomb has completed his warm-ups. Josh Bonifay will lead things off. 7:05 first pitch until Sunday. We'll finish this series Sunday afternoon at 6:05. Travelers have changed up the starting pitching rotation a little bit. We'll talk about that here in the fourth inning as Josh Bonifay comes to the plate. And he'll lead it off for the Hooks. Bonifay lead off double in the second, but only advanced to third base. James Holcomb has left men at third the last 2 innings. And here's the right-hander's pitch to Bonifay. He'll take all the way, called strike. Starting on the mound tomorrow for the Travelers, Nick Green. Green has talk about him going back down to Rancho Cucamonga, but he will stay at Double-A. The 0-1. Bonifay swings and misses as Holcomb powered a fastball by him. Strike two. Jesse Smith will take the start on Saturday, and Chris Hunter finishes up the series Sunday at 6:05. There's one start left for someone else. 0-2 pitch. Swing a little looper over short. Wood couldn't get to it. It's over his head, and a base hit for Josh Bonifay on an 0-2 pitch. So Bonifay went down and got a slider off the plate, it almost looked like, and more or less hit a 9-iron over the shortstop. Base hit number 5 for the Hooks, and here comes Walter Young. Starting on Monday, the series opener at San Antonio will be Rafael Rodriguez, and so the Travelers' starting rotation is set. James Holcomb, Nick Green, Jesse Smith, Chris Hunter, and Rafael Rodriguez, all right-handers. And that means that Daniel Davidson has been moved into the bullpen. Walter Young, a left-hand batter, flied out in the second. And the pitch is outside, ball one. So Davidson will move into the bullpen for the first time, full-time at least in his career. And really had a struggle in the first half. Davidson had won 13 games last year, went just 1-7 with a 6.21 ERA. A 1-0 pitch to Young. Swinging a line drive right to center, and Dwayne Bacon's there to reach up and make the catch after moving towards right field. He had to remember about that wind, and he stopped dead in his tracks on a dime and brought it in. A hard line drive out by Young is the first out of the inning. And Mark Saccomanno now coming on. 1-0 the Hooks here in the bottom of the fourth at Whataburger Field. It had actually been Davidson's idea to move into the bullpen and see if he can't help the team in a different role as a reliever, possibly as a left-hand setup man, but also Davidson could work as a long reliever. Saccomanno, big righty, swings, lines it to left field. First pitch single for Saccomanno. Bonifay holds at second base. And it's first and second for the number 9 batter, Johnny Ash. So that is 6 base hits off Holcomb. Has not had an easy inning. The leadoff man has reached all 4 innings against Holcomb, but he's only allowed 1 run. That came on a homer by Anderson, just the 5th long ball that Holcomb has allowed this year. Pitch on the way to the lefty. They're swinging a line drive, base hit to right center field. There goes Bonifay to third. Clark waves him around. Devin Day will flip to second base. And it's an RBI single for Johnny Ash to put the Hooks ahead 2-0. Well, the Hooks are getting very aggressive here. They've been swinging at the first pitch in 3 of the 4 at-bats against James Holcomb here in the 4th inning. For Ash, who had flied out in the second inning, leaving a man on base, he moves not only Bonifay home, but Saccomanno goes first to third. There'll be a little bit of work in the Arkansas bullpen. Right-hander getting ready. That is Kyle Edens loosening in the Arkansas bullpen, with Holcomb struggling in the 4th. He's allowed 2 runs, both earned, and 3 in the 3rd innings on 7 base hits. 2 hits by Josh Anderson. He's at the plate. They might try for an out at home. The pitch is hit in the air, foul away from the left field side, way out of play. Strike 1. At third base, Saccomanno, and Ash at first, although Ash is a second baseman who is not all that big. He doesn't have numbers that would let you think he's very fast. He's not stolen a base. He's been caught 3 times. Middle infielders double play depth. Brown off the line at third, 15 feet, 1 step behind. The 0-1 to Anderson. Ground ball. Brandon Wood to the hole at shortstop. An RBI base hit for Anderson makes it 3-0. Well, Holcomb got the ground ball he was looking for, and the fact that it was hit hard would have aided Holcomb for a chance for a double play, but the ball was hit a few steps towards Wood's right, and Brandon just unable to close the gap. And Anderson is 3 for 3 with 2 runs batted in. An appearance by pitching coach Ken Patterson. He moves out to the pitcher's mound, and we'll start to talk with James Holcomb. The rest of the infield comes on and joins him as well. So the Hooks had shown that Holcomb looked like he may be a little rusty over the first 3 innings. But Holcomb did a nice job limiting them to just the 1 run on the Anderson homer. But here in the 4th, they're not only collecting base hits, but really only one of them was a cheapie on a 2-strike looper by Josh Bonifay. But the Hooks are getting extremely aggressive against James Holcomb. They're swinging to the first pitch now 3 at-bats in a row, which lets you know that they want to get a pitch from Holcomb and just swing at it. Holcomb had done a nice job getting ahead of the count in the first 3 innings, but now the Hooks aren't letting him get ahead of the count. They put in the first pitch into play. Ben Zobrist up to the plate, and Holcomb trying to keep this game from getting out of hand. First and second for the Hooks, only 1 out. Zobrist will bat to the left side. Ash moving away from second. The pitch, a fastball at the knees, and a called strike taken by Ben Zobrist. That was the same pitch that Anderson hit into the hole at short for the RBI single that scored Saccomanno. Zobrist, a ground out and a walk. 24 RBIs on the year. Holcomb delivers 0-1. Chopped to the right side through the hole again. An RBI base hit. Ash will hold at third. It will not be an RBI hit. Base is loaded after Zobrist connects on the 4th consecutive single by the Corpus Christi lineup. Tyrone Boykin watching the proceedings from the stairwell, and he emerges from the dugout. This is going to be it for James Holcomb. Quite obvious that he has either run out of gas or has been unable to shake off the run, as his night is over after just 3 1/3 innings. So Holcomb gave everything he had. There's no doubt about that. But after that sore back constant and a miss a few times through the starting rotation, Holcomb hopefully will be able to shake off the runs the next time out. Kyle Edens comes out of the Arkansas bullpen to take it over for the moment. And we'll take a 60-second break. The call to the bullpen is brought to you by the new AT&T. Go online right now to att.com and check out their amazingly low price for blazing fast, high-speed internet. Order today and get your high-speed internet at a dial-up price online at att.com. The new AT&T, your world delivered. Eden's a new pitcher. The Travs need a couple of big pitches from him. They're trailing 3-0 here in the bottom of the 4th, but the bases are loaded for the Hooks. Only 1 out. We'll get you Eden's first pitch after a 60-second break on Air America Little Rock 1380.
Kirk Woolsey, we happen to know that you are the world's worst backseat driver, which means, Kirk, that you like to be in control. So check out att.com. You can see all our best deals, like 12 months of true high-speed internet for just $12.99 a month when you order online. If you switch from your old cable company, you can get 3 months free. And with AT&T Account Manager, you can see your account activity, add services, and pay your bills online, all in one place. So that's Kirk's world. For everybody who's not Kirk, if att.com can deliver online control to him, it can do the same for you. Switch to the new AT&T at att.com, and you'll be in the driver's seat, as long as you're not riding with Kirk. SBC is now the new AT&T. The new AT&T, your world, delivered.
Taxes, other charges, and federal universal service cost recovery fee extra. High-speed internet will credit applied after 3 months paid service and excludes FUSF cost recovery and other fees. For details of additional charges, restrictions, and requirements, call 1-866-416-6471 toll-free or visit att.com for other details. Not available in all areas.
Kyle Edens comes on in a difficult spot after James Holcomb allowed 5 base hits and 2 runs in the 4th inning. Forced out of the ball game, and Edens inherits the bases loaded against one of the top run producers in the league, Hunter Pence. 53 RBIs for Pence this year. But today he's gone 0 for 2, popping up and striking out. Edens inherits Johnny Ash at third. Josh Anderson at second, Ben Zobrist at first. Edens, a right-hander from San Antonio, delivers from the stretch. Pence takes a curve low and away for a ball. It is Kyle's 6th outing since the trade from the Reds brought him over to the Angels. Sixth ever appearance at Double-A. 1 win, 1 loss, and a save with a 5.23 ERA. The 1-0 to Pence. Missed low, ball 2, 2-0. Inning started with Josh Bonifay reaching on an 0-2 pitch with a single to left, and Walter Young lined out to center. The next 4 Corpus Christi batters singled to bring home 2 runs. Now the pitch. Swinging a line drive to right. Devin Day back, makes the catch, almost dropped it. Winds up and throws to the infield with Ash scoring from third base. And Anderson advancing from second to third. That'll make it 4-0 on the sac fly for Hunter Pence. Good job by Day making the catch on a really tough ball that was hit. Looked like it knuckled a little bit in the air. And the fact that Devin Day has not played right field at all this season makes that play more impressive. But Pence with his 54th run batted in. And his first and third for J.R. House. 2 outs. Holcomb's line of the moment, all 4 runs earned. Responsible for Anderson and Zobrist. Allowed 9 hits, walked 2, struck out 1. House up to the plate twice, on base twice. A single in the first, a walk in the third. He's a righty. And the pitch from Edens is fouled in the air down the right side, slicing into the box seats. Strike 1. Well, the Hooks had chances to score in the second and the third. And they finally break through in the 4th inning. Edens at 5'10", 210 pounds, 26 years old. Former third-round pick out of Baylor, going to work against House. The 0-1 pitch. Ground ball, base hit in that field, and that'll score Anderson, making it 5-0 Corpus Christi. J.R. House, 48th run batted in. Hooks send their 9th man of the inning to the plate. So House has put 5 runs against James Holcomb. 6 singles in the 4th inning for Corpus Christi, and Jorge Cortez is the only man who hasn't been to the plate in the inning yet. And here he is, 0 for 2. Hit the ball hard twice. Eden's first pitch is hit up the middle and a base hit into center field. Zobrist sent around third. He will score. House holding his second base. It's 6-0 Corpus Christi. 5 runs have come home in the 4th. That'll close the book on James Holcomb. 6 runs, all of them earned in 3 1/3 innings, and Corpus Christi has batted around the 10th man to the plate. Josh Bonifay started the inning with a single. Fans are getting singled to death here in the 4th. And if it hadn't been by 2 fine catches in the outfield by Dwayne Bacon and by Devin Day, well, there'd be 9 base hits here in the 4th inning. Bonifay 2 for 2, a double and a single. First and second base, the runners. And the pitch from Edens is high, ball 1. 5 different hitters with RBIs here in the 4th inning. The 1-0 pitch to Bonifay is low, and a 2-0 count. Edens has faced 3 batters, getting 1 out, the sac fly by Pence. But House and Cortez with RBI singles, and now Edens falls behind the dangerous Josh Bonifay, 2-0. And the pitch on the way. Low and outside, ball 3. This is the first batter to go to 4 pitches all inning long. That's how aggressive Corpus Christi has been. 3-0 pitch. And that's right down the middle. Called strike 1. There have been 3 first pitch singles. 2 batters reaching on the second pitch. Bonifay has gone to 4 pitches. The 3-1 swing and a miss as he yanked his head on a slider that dove away. And now Edens has taken the count full 3-2. The runners get a head start. Bobby Wilson signals to Brandon Wood and Eric Rodlin as to who will hold on house or if they're going to hold house at second. Cortez at first with Paulie playing a few steps back. Into the stretch, Eden checks on the runner at second. The payoff pitch popped up right side, staying in play for Matt Paulie. Coming into the base, he makes the catch after zigzagging in along the right field line, and that'll end the fourth inning. Big inning for the Corpus Christi Hooks. A 5-run score on 7 base hits. No errors. There were 2 men stranded. Corpus Christi out to a 6-0 lead as we go to the 5th inning on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
My mother said, no daughter of mine is driving a truck. I'm an 18-wheeling, double-clutching lady truck driver. There's nothing else I'd rather be doing. VC powder is just trucker's best friend. My day starts at 4 a.m. and ends 12 hours later. Out here on the road, there's a million things that's happening at once. I take VC for stress headache, backache. I just can't pull over when my head's pounding. The reason I take VC is because it's fast and it works. I'm Carolyn from Asheboro, NC, and my pain reliever is VC.
Uses direct. AgPro knows your patient. You've had your eye on a certain green and yellow tractor for some time now. But here's a thought. Visit your local John Deere dealer for an innocent test drive. Sit in that yellow seat and feel that rugged quality. Then run the numbers. You may find you've underrated the value of a John Deere and overrated the value of patience. After all, nothing runs like a Deere. Test drive the John Deere of your choice today at AgPro Central Arkansas, 10504 Maumelle Boulevard, North Little Rock.
Of all the days of the week, it seems that Mondays are everybody's least favorite day. Well, the Travs and the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette have a reason for baseball fans to look forward to Mondays. That's because Mondays are Democrat-Gazette family night here at the ballpark. You just pick up a copy of Monday's Democrat-Gazette, and you'll find a discount family ticket right there in the sports section. That's right. It's a coupon that admits the whole family for just $2 a person. Hey, Mondays don't sound so bad anymore.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Moving into the top of the 5th inning, and the Travelers now have their work cut out for them tonight. All you need to do is look at the numbers on the scoreboard. That'll tell you the story of the game. The Hooks, 6 runs and 11 base hits. The Arkansas Travelers, no runs, only 1 base hit. So what exactly is the story? The aggressive nature of the Hooks offense is only 1 batter of 10 that came to the plate as Corpus Christi rallied for 5 in the 4th inning. Only 1 of those 10 hitters worked the count to where a Traveler pitcher threw more than 3 pitches. Or is the story Mitch Talbot, who has struck out 7 batters over 4 frames, including striking out the side of the 4th. He's actually faced a minimum through 4 innings. He's allowed a single and a walk, but both men that reached were caught stealing. Matt Brown leads off the 5th against Talbot, who's thrown just 51 pitches in 4 innings. Delivery to Brown is a slider for a called strike. Brown struck out of the 2nd on just 4 pitches. Talbot's 0-1 delivery, swinging a foul straight back, and it's 0-2. Now, looking at the numbers on the Corpus Christi pitching staff this year, Talbot, though he's had decent numbers, is not one of their quote-unquote top pitchers. It's part of Matt Albers, Chance Douglas, Josh Miller. 0-2 to Brown. Up high, ball 1. There's several Corpus Christi pitchers in the league leaders as far as ERA is concerned. Albers, the league leader, 2.08 earned run average. Trav's miss him this time through. He'll pitch on Monday against Springfield. The 1-2 pitch, Brown swings, ground ball to the hole at short. Tried to backhand Zobrist it, but he got under his glove, and Brown will reach. And we'll wait for the scoring rule on that. Could go either way. Probably should be an error on Zobrist. Well, they award a base hit for Matt Brown, but that went right underneath Zobrist's glove. Now Matt Paulie will come up to the plate. Paulie lined down to the 2nd. Perhaps that little miscue by Zobrist is what the Travs need to break through, or at least give them a chance to break through. Paulie lined out to left in the 2nd inning, and he's 0 for 1. Big lead by Brown. The pitch to Paulie popped up left side of the plate, giving Chase House to the backstop. He stops and is into the box seats a few rows. And the count 0-1. 3 of Corpus Christi starting pitchers in the top 10 ERA. Albers at 2.08. Gutierrez, who started the All-Star game and got the win, as the 5th lowest ERA is 3.20. And then Josh Miller, who's won 7 games. With a 3.59 earned run average. That's the 10th lowest. Gutierrez leads the league in strikeouts at 86. So there are other pitchers on this Corpus Christi staff that have had gaudier numbers than Mitch Talbot. And at the moment, Mitch Talbot has dominated Arkansas through 4 innings. But it's still early. Top of the 5th. The Travs still have some time to try to get something started. 0-1 on Paulie. Brown still out to a good lead as Talbot continues to lean in. And Paulie has timeout granted. He'll back away. Also, throughout Talbot's career, he's never had that one season that really jumped out. He's had decent years. Nothing that has been an all-world campaign. The 0-1 to Paulie. Check swing. It was low. They won't appeal. 1 ball, 1 strike. Second round draft choice out of high school in 2002. Talbot more than held his own in rookie ball in 2003, but you don't make your way up to Double-A on rookie ball alone. Each year his ERA went up, low single-A and high single-A, from 3.83 to 4.34. Strikeouts went down. Base hits went up. And this year in the Tech League, he started with an ERA of 4.20, which is respectable. 1-1 pitch to Paulie. Tapper towards third base, charging Saccomanno from the cut of the grass. His throw to second is dropped by Johnny Ash. And Brown is safe at second base. So it'll be first and second for the 6-hitter Bobby Wilson. Travs have caught a couple of breaks here in the 5th inning. That'll be a fielder's choice, putting Paulie aboard, but an error charge to Johnny Ash on the drop throw. They would not have had a chance for a double play, but the ball arrived at second before Brown did. Ash charged with his 6th error of the year. And the gates are ajar for the Travs, trailing 6-0. They really need a run, at least one run here in the 5th. Wilson, a ground out of the second on just 1 pitch. His average 307, 26 RBI. Brown jumpy off of second, and that forces Talbot off the rubber. The Hook scored 1 run in the first inning and crossed the plate 5 times in the 4th. Meanwhile, the Travs are looking to get their first man to third base. Delivery. Wilson is hit by the pitch, and they're loaded up with nobody out. Talbot, who's been really very accurate at everything he's thrown, tried to bear a fastball in on Wilson's fist, and instead he plunked him on his backside. Talbot hits the batter for the 5th time this year, and that'll bring a visit to the mound from Corpus Christi pitching coach Joe Slusarski. Traveler fans, tickets are on sale Monday for the last game at Raywinder Field. They are a commemorative ticket. If you got a ticket to the All-Star game, you know that those are the tickets that the Travs have used when it's come to All-Star games, other special events, or for nights when the San Diego Chicken used to come into town. The commemorative tickets we're using for the last game at Raywinder Field are exactly that, commemorative tickets with a special logo on it. A logo that was designed by General Manager Bill Valentine about I saw the last game at Raywinder Field. It really is a great-looking ticket. It's a keepsake. It's brought to you by Remax and Val Hansen. Tickets on sale Monday for the last game at Raywinder Field. Dial us up at 664-1555 or just show up at the Raywinder Field box office in person. We'll get you a ticket there. Greg Porter bats with the bases loaded. Travelers down 6-0, but there's no outs and a real chance to get back into the game. Pitch on the way from Talbot. Porter takes a called strike on the inside corner. Porter a strikeout in the 3rd inning. The Travs have loaded the bases in the 5th with an infield single, a fielder's choice, and a drop throw at second, and a hit batter. Talbot a long look for the sign. Porter batting left-handed. He's hitting .283, 30 runs batted in. 0-1 pitch. Swing and a bouncing ball foul. Dribbling away from the first base coach to the Arkansas dugout. 0-2 on Porter. Got to bring a run home right here. Cannot afford to waste any opportunities. Porter has hit the only Traveler grand slam this year. He's 1 for 6 with the bases juiced. They're looking for a double play on the infield. Runners take the lead. 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. It gets behind House, but that doesn't matter. House goes back and recovers it about 5 feet away. The other runners hold, and Porter strikes out on 3 pitches. That's strikeout number 8 for Mitch Talbot, tying his season high. It's the 5th game that Talbot has struck out 8 hitters. Devin Day now coming up. Day, a ground out to shortstop in the 3rd inning. That's what the Hooks will look for here to try to start a double play. Bases loaded, 1 out. Day has driven in 7 runs in 22 games. He's 1 for 3 with the bases loaded. Righty versus righty. Talbot from the stretch. Here it is. Day swings and misses. A tight slider diving away from the bat. 0-1. Matt Brown at third base. Hawley standing at second. Bobby Wilson leading from first, with the first baseman Young behind Wilson. Middle infielders not quite right at double play depth, and Saccomanno deep behind third. 0-1 to Day. Fastball called strike 2 at the knees. So Talbot, who looked like he had been a little bit out of control the last couple of hitters against Wilson and Pauly. Oh, and certainly not now after the visit by Slisarski. 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. And the split finger, that's his new season high. Mitch Talbot with 9 strikeouts. There are 2 away in the 5th inning, and the Travelers are an out away from leaving the bases loaded after getting them loaded with no outs. Eric Rodman stepping in. Boy, Mitch Talbot is only 2 strikeouts away from the league high in one game this year established by Clemens 2 Sundays ago. Pitch to Rodman. Called strike, a slider at the knees, 0-1. Travis is getting a little bit disgruntled with Jason Stein's strike zone, but these strikeouts have more to do with the stuff Talbot is bringing. Here's the 0-1 to Rodman. Low and inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. A lot of the pitches that they're swinging and missing at would be out of the strike zone, but that's part of Talbot's game, deception, and that split-fingered pitch, it is designed to not be in the strike zone and to get a lot of swings and misses. Pass very deep at second. 1-1 to Rodman, low and inside, another slider, ball 2. Rodman a walk in the 3rd inning. He's 0 for 3 with the bases loaded this year. Travelers down by 6. They're in desperate need of a couple of runs. May not get another chance to score like this. 2-1 pitch. Rodman swings, dribble it right side of the field, picked up by the catcher House. It slips to first, is in time for the final out of the 5th inning. 2-3 on the putout as the Travelers load the bases with no outs and fail to score, leaving 3 men on base. We're halfway through, going to the bottom of the 5th. 6-0 Corpus Christi on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
You know, to become the best barbecue restaurant in Little Rock, it takes dedicated people like us here at the Pig and Chick that are willing to wake up with the pigs to make sure that we bring home the best of the best in them hogs. Now, it's not the job for everyone, but you got to do what you got to do to make sure that every day is the best dang hog day ever. And here at the Pig and Chick, it's always the best. We slow cook our barbecues daily, making sure that it's lit, hugging good. Heck, we're known as the Great American Barbecue House here in Little Rock. We're also known around these parts as having the best dang catfish anywhere. So no matter what you're in the mood for, ribs, catfish, chicken, so come join us for lunch, dinner, or even let us cater your next event. Here at Pig and Chick, we take catering seriously, and we're going to make sure that your event is a huge success.
Pig in or pig out at Pig and Chick, located at 7824 JFK in Sherwood. Call us for takeout at 834-5456. And it's the same number for catering, 834-5456. Here at Pig and Chick, people start pigging out at 10:30 a.m. daily and don't stop till 9 p.m. Oh, by the way, did I mention the catfish?
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less selling Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Rough half of the game for the Arkansas Travelers, trailing here in the bottom of the fifth inning, 6-0 against the Corpus Christi Hooks. So a disappointing first 4.5 innings today, but there's still another 4.5 innings perhaps left. The Hooks send 10 men to the plate in the fourth inning, and they'll send Walter Young to lead off the fifth. Fan favorites is completed on the scoreboard between the top and bottom of the fifth inning. The kiss cam. They put fans up on the scoreboard and basically force them to kiss each other. They always finish with a glance at a couple of the visiting players. Pitch to Young is low, ball one. Kyle Eden still on the hill after replacing James Holcomb in the fourth inning with 3 on and 1 out. All 3 men scored. And Edens has allowed 2 hits against 4 hitters. Young 0 for 2. It's a 1-0 to the big lefty is low and inside, and a 2-0 count. Walter Young started the season with the Padres AAA affiliate in Portland, Oregon. Hit 200, hit 3 homers, drove in 6. Edens 2-0. High and away, ball 3. Walter Young, a former home run champion in the New York Penn League, sends a drive to deep right field, and that ball is way out of here. He swung at a 3-0 fastball and yanked his 4th home run, and it's 7-0 Corpus Christi. Well, you rarely see balls hit out of the park to right field here at Whataburger Field, but even with a 20-mile-an-hour wind coming over the right field wall, Walter Young still hits it through the teeth of the wind, an absolute line drive bomb. The Corpus Christi Hooks are having their way with the Travelers. 7-0 here in the 5th inning. Mark Saccomanno at the plate. Eden's fastball is too high, 1-0. Boy, Eden thought he was going to be able to sneak a 3-0 pitch right down the middle to Young, but no chance. Here's the 1-0 to Saccomanno. Swing and a miss, high fastball. Everything's high right now from Kyle Edens, and that was a big problem for James Holcomb during his 3 1/3 innings. The 1-1. Saccomanno a swing and a miss on the Edens breaking pitch. Right now, one of my favorite settings in the Texas League, Twilight Time by the Corpus Christi Bay. The Harbor Bridge lights come up. The USS Lexington has its neon blue lights on, shining like a beacon. The 1-2 to Saccomanno is low and away, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And just past the left field wall, a large tanker floating down the Corpus Christi Channel, one of the deepest channels in the country, measuring, I believe it's about 80 feet low. 2-2 pitch, outside, a full count. Now, this tanker going by the park is not as big as some of the other ones we've seen that sometimes dwarf Whataburger Field. It's one of the more surreal settings to watch a baseball game in. A giant hulking ship going past the fence while a ball game is being played. Saccomanno fouls off another 3-2 and stays at the plate. Saccomanno is grounded out and singled and scored. Part of that 5-run 4th inning rally that put the Hooks in front 6-0. But then Young begins the 5th with a deep drive to right, making it 7-zip. Eden's ready and a payoff to Saccomanno. Hit high in the air, shallow right. Devin Day drifting back 2 steps. And he'll make the catch with one hand for out number 1. Now it's Johnny Ash coming up. Ash, an RBI single in the 4th inning. He would score also on a sac fly by Hunter Pence. Ash is 1 for 2. It was his fielding error that allowed the Travs to load the bases in the top of the 5th inning, but they failed to score. Ash, a wild cut and a miss with a high fastball, 0-1. Left-hand batter, Ash. Righty Edens to the plate. A little flare over short. Falling into shallow left. Aaron Peel gets in there, and Peel makes the 2-hand catch. 2 away, bringing up Josh Anderson. At Harbor Bridge, it's got to be the tallest bridge of any city in the Texas League. It's 138 feet to the bottom of the bridge, the tallest point 250 feet above the sea. It was built in 1956. I was told by a native of Corpus Christi that before the Harbor Bridge was there, it was a wooden drawbridge that used to open up and let the big ships come through. Anderson takes inside ball 1. Boy, what a day Josh Anderson is having as he more or less celebrates his All-Star MVP award at his home park. Start of the 1st inning with a home run, bunted his way on base in the 3rd inning, and had an RBI single and a run scored in the 4th. The 1-0 is popped up out of play, left side, 1 ball, 1 strike. You look at Anderson, and I mentioned it earlier, when does he get a chance to go up to the next level and play some AAA ball? He's already shown that he's not one of the players that will dominate a league. He really has fared very well in the Texas League. 1-1 pitch by Edens. Swing and a miss. It's 1-2. Houston Astros have one of their top prospects up at AAA, Charlton Jimerson, playing outfield. 1-2 pitch to Anderson into the dirt, 2-2. Luke Scott, also power hitting outfielder for Round Rock with 19 home runs. And Brian Gordon is a Round Rock native playing outfield for the Express as well. 2-2 pitch. Anderson a check swing. They'll appeal. He didn't go. Aaron Banks, the third base umpire, with a very quick call on that. 3 balls, 2 strikes the count. So it looks like Anderson, and Gordon's not playing very well. He's only hitting .227. Unless the Astros would release Gordon, Anderson's got a ticket for AA all year. Payoff pitch. Fastball, strike 3 called, inside corner, and Edens gets out of the 5th inning, allowing only the leadoff homer by Walter Young. With a hook, extend the lead, 7-0 Corpus Christi, going into the 6th on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
At Gary Eubanks & Associates, you've heard us talk about what we bring to the table. You ask what that means to you. Well, these verdicts and settlements are real results we've achieved for our clients. As large as $19 million for one case. While facts differ and results vary on each case, you should put this experience on your side. Insurance companies notice, and that creates settlement. And remember, at Gary Eubanks & Associates, we'll win your case, or you don't owe us a dime.
1, 2.
We're at the supermarket checking out shopping lists.
Oh, here's mine.
Let's see. Milk, cheese, yogurt, ding, ding, ding.
Oh, do I win?
Well, actually, you probably lose.
What?
Lose inches.
Oh.
These studies show that people following a proper reduced calorie diet that included 3 servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt every day had better weight loss results and trimmed more from their waistline than if they just cut calories alone. So eat 3 cool, creamy servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt a day.
Wow, I consider that a win.
Have you had your 3 today?
Want to buy a new car? Take a dream vacation, remodel your home, or finance just about anything? You can use the equity in your home to make it happen. Right now, Arkansas Federal Credit Union has a home equity line of credit with a 4-month fixed rate as low as 4.5% annual percentage rate with absolutely no fees. Plus, it's easier than ever to access your home equity loan using Arkansas Federal's Visa Platinum credit card. No checks, no hassles. Apply online at afcu.org or call 982-1000.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Things are tough for the Arkansas Travelers today. Going into the top of the sixth inning, it is the Corpus Christi Hook 7. And the Arkansas Travelers nothing. Travs have managed only 2 base hits against Mitch Talbot. They had a chance with the bases loaded in the 5th and no outs, but failed to score. Talbot returns for the 6th inning after striking out his 8th and 9th batters in the 5th, registering a new season high for himself. Wayne Bacon has struck out in both of his at-bats, and Talbot fires a strike to begin the 6th inning. Bacon a first inning strikeout and a 4th inning strikeout. As a matter of fact, Talbot has struck out 5 of 6 hitters over the first 3 batters in the Arkansas lineup. The 0-1 is away to Bacon, 1 ball, 1 strike. Checking Major League scores, the Mets beat the Reds today 6-2 with 2 homers by David Wright. That was enough for Pedro to get his 7th win. 1-1, Bacon swings and misses a tailing fastball. It's 1-2. Kansas City shellacked the Pirates 15-7. Texas, a 5-3 win over the Padres using a 5-run fifth. Talbot going for his 10th strikeout. Here's the 1-2. Bacon squared around and takes strike 3 on the inside corner. Looked like he was going to bunt on a 2-strike pitch, but instead it is the 10th strikeout of the ball game for 22-year-old right-hander Mitch Talbot. Aaron Peel will now come up to the plate. 1 more strikeout, and Talbot will tie Roger Clemens for the most strikeouts in a game this year for a pitcher. Aaron Peel chops to second base, routine for Johnny Ash, moving up the middle. Flips to first, and Peel is 1 for 3. Now, Ubaldo Jimenez, I was looking at one of the stat pages here, and I think that there is a correction that may need to be made. I remember Ubaldo Jimenez striking out 11 Traveler batters in 1 game this year, and he did it once back on April 20th, so Jimenez and Roger Clemens have been the only pitchers to strike out 11 in a game in the Texas League. Brandon Wood is 0 for 2 with a couple of Ks. Talbot throws one into the dirt, ball 1. 7-0 Hooks here in the 6th. Nobody on for Wood, 2 outs. And Talbot throwing free and easy. The 1-0 pitch is low and inside, ball 2. Tampa Bay, a sharp start from Scott Kazmir for a 4-1 victory over the Arizona Diamondbacks. And 4 games in progress. Here's a 2-0 to Wood. Swing and a miss and a fastball, and it's 2-1. The Rocket, Roger Clemens, taking on the Minnesota Twins today. Minnesota put up 2 runs against Clemens in the 3rd inning. 2-1 to Wood is fouled at the plate, 2-2. Clemens 4 strikeouts in 5 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs. And it's Minnesota 2, the Astros nothing at the bottom of the 5th. Talbot a strike away from 11 wins. The windup, the 2-2 to Wood. Swing and a miss on a pitch in the dirt. It is dug out by House. Wood walking slowly to first base. House will complete the strikeout by throwing to Walter Young. 11 strikeouts for Mitch Talbot, tying Roger Clemens and Ubaldo Jimenez for the league high this year. Very impressive. Bottom of the 6th inning coming up. The Hooks dominating 7-0 over the Travelers on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
At one time or another, we all want to change the world in which we live, make it a better place. Introducing the new ITT Tech School of Criminal Justice. At ITT Tech, we now teach the fundamentals of the criminal justice system, along with the technology to help respond to and prevent crime. ITT Technical Institute School of Criminal Justice, education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web.
You signaled your turn. You merged without cutting anyone off. You stopped because the light was red. Through rain and sleet, through dark of night, 365 and 1/4 days a year, you drive safely. Now Allstate rewards you for being the hero you are. Introducing the Safe Driving Bonus. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, Allstate will give you an extra bonus. Actual cash off your renewal bill. That's on top of any discounts you've already received. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate stands. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can start earning your safe driving bonus the day you sign up. Feature is optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Patent pending. Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company and Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
We go to the bottom of the sixth inning at Corpus Christi. Nightfall is settled in by the bay, and nightfall is falling hard on the Arkansas Travelers. 7-0 Corpus Christi in game one of the second half here in the 2006 Texas League season. Phil Elson with you on Air America Little Rock, 1380. Matt Alderman and Lindsey Floyd back at the studios. Ben Zobrist begins the sixth inning as Kyle Edens comes out. It'll be Edens' third inning of work in relief of James Holcomb. First pitch to Zobrist is low and inside for a 1-0 count. Holcomb lasted only 3 1/3 innings in his first start off the DL, allowing 6 runs on 9 base hits. Edens has given up 1 run on 3 hits. Pitch to Zobrist is chopped to first base, fielded behind the back by Pauly. Edens is late getting to first base, and Zobrist is called safe. So Edens a little bit slow to cover at first, and that'll be the hook. 13th base hit, and for Zobrist, he's aboard for the 3rd straight plate appearance. Pauly did a nice job just getting to that ball behind the bag. But Edens just kind of watched the proceedings, and then by the time he started to sprint to first base, Zobrist already had a couple of steps on him. Hunter Pence the batter, and Edens starts with a strike over the outside corner. Attendance has been announced at Corpus Christi, 6,763 here on a Thursday night. It is a little steamy, but a beautiful night for baseball. And as usual, Hooks fans out to support their team. 0-1 the count on Pence. He's 0 for 2 with a sacrifice fly. And a weak swing and an 0-1 slider. He really was about 2 feet away from that pitch. 0-2. We'll finish up the Major League scoreboard. Florida Marlins trailing Baltimore 5-1 in the ninth. The Orioles scored 4 times in the 8th inning. Ramon Hernandez has hit 2 home runs for the Birds. The 0-2 pitch and a slider low and away, and that time Pence lays off. Ball 1. So Chicago White Sox got a home run from Jim Thome in the 7th inning. Their only hit against Anthony Reyes. Freddie Garcia is working on a 4-hitter through 7 2/3 innings, and the White Sox lead the Redbirds 1-0 in the 8th. Go to first base. Back in is Zobrist. It looks like A.J. Burnett had a fine appearance today in his first start off the disabled list, but the Atlanta Braves still lead the Blue Jays 2-1 in the 7th inning at Turner Field. Burnett struck out 7 in 6 innings, allowing 2 runs on 5 hits and a walk. Pitch to Pence popped up back this way, and it'll get out of play. That's good to see that A.J. is back and throwing very well. Pence with that open stance, hunches over the plate. The 1-2 pitch, broken back towards short, picked up by Wood, throws to second, 1 away. Rodland's relay is very late as Zobrist came into Rodland as he accepted the throw from Wood, and Rodland unable to get much on the throw, with Zobrist really barreling into him. 6-4, the put out at second, fielder's choice, with Wood having to dodge a broken bat and getting to the baseball. 1 away in the 6th inning. Here's J.R. House. Justin Morneau just homered for the Twins in the 6th inning, and it's the Twins 3 and the Astros nothing. Top of the 7th inning, Astros, who it was well documented, gave Roger Clemens virtually no offensive support last year. Well, today they've managed only 2 hits off the young rookie right-hander Francisco Liriano over the Twins. Here's a pitch to J.R. House. A strike from Edens over the outside corner. House, 3 plate appearances, 3 times on base. Singled in the first, walked in the 3rd, and drove home a run with a single in the 4th inning, so he's 2 for 2 with an RBI. Pence now at first base, short lead. Here's the 0-1 from Edens. Ground ball to 3rd, picked up by Brown over to 2nd. Rodland to first base, double play. Double B's X on double play. sponsor of the Tuesday night discount tickets for every Tuesday game at Raymonder Field. Pick up that discount ticket at a Double B's Exxon nearest you. Travelers do not allow a run here in the 6th inning. There was one hook base hit, nobody left. 6 innings old. We'll go into the 7th with Corpus Christi leading 7-0. This is Traveler Baseball on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
Is your house looking a bit under the weather? Have extreme weather conditions taken their toll on your home's exterior? The solution isn't more paint. It's weather-resistant vinyl siding from Sears Home Central. Call Sears now for a free in-home estimate at 1-800-531-7785. Sears vinyl siding resists tough weather and keeps your home looking great for years. It has the attractive look of freshly painted wood, yet you'll never need to scrape and paint your home again because vinyl siding from Sears is virtually maintenance-free. Best of all, Sears makes getting your new siding job easy and affordable. Just call Sears now for your free in-home estimate at 1-800-531-7785. Not available in all areas. Services and materials provided by a Sears authorized contractor. License numbers available on request. So if your house is looking under the weather, call Sears for vinyl siding now. 1-800-531-7785. That's 1-800-531-7785.
Claude Markham on working in the United States Navy.
I'm an aviation ordnance second class. It's an indescribable feeling being up on the flight deck and just being next to them, pulling the pin from the weapon launcher before they take off. It's a big rush inside. And not many people my age can do the job that I do out in the outside at such a young age.
Most jobs reveal what you do. Ours reveal who you are. To learn more, check out Navy.com or call 1-800-USA-NAVY. Navy. Accelerate your life.
Liberal progressive radio. It's kind of like a dream come true. Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDX North Little Rock.
Arkansas Traveler Baseball moving into the top of the 7th inning here at Whataburger Field in Corpus Christi. I'm Phil Elson. Thanks for tuning in to the first game of the second half of the 2006 Texas League season. Travelers finished the first half of the league's worst record at 24-45, opponent Corpus Christi. The best record in the league by half a game over Tulsa. Corpus Christi 41 wins, 28 losses in the hook. At the moment, having an easy night against the Travelers. 7-0 Corpus Christi. That's the totals here. Travelers, no runs, 2 hits, no errors. Arkansas has stranded 3 men, all of them in the 5th inning. Corpus Christi, 7 runs, 13 hits, 1 error, and 6 men left aboard. Mitch Talbot is the star of the game of the moment. He has struck out 11 batters in 6 shutout innings, working on a 2-hitter. Matt Brown leads off. Swings, grounds a ball to the pole at short. That time Zobrist backhand throws across his body and gets the out at first. 6-3, 1 pitch, 1 out. And Matt Pauley is up next. Brown, who was the last Travs to collect a base hit, made it in the 5th inning with a ground ball that was very much like the one he just hit, but instead of Zobrist fielding it in the 5th inning as he just did here, it got underneath Zobrist's glove, and a base hit was awarded to Brown. This time a nice play by Zobrist. Matt Pauley stands in 0 for 2, and the pitch from Talbot right down the pipe, called strike 1. Pauley is lined out to left, reached on a fielder's choice to short in his last at-bat. And the 0-1 swing and a miss on the split-fingered pitch, which has been just dominating today by Mitch Talbot. Every time he has thrown the split finger, the Travelers have not had a clue. The 0-2, swinging a foul tip. And Pauley stays alive. On deck, Bobby Wilson. Judging by the numbers I'm seeing on the statistical website, there hasn't been a pitcher striking out 12 batters in the Texas League this year. Talbot a strike away from getting to a dozen wins. Talbot lifts the leg. Here it is. The split-fingered went straight into the dirt, and Pauley looked at ball 1. Travs today have had 1 chance to score. Loaded the bases in the 5th inning with no outs on an infield hit, an error, and a hit batter, but they could not score a run. Talbot struck out the next 2 men and then got Eric Roblin to dribble out in front of the plate. The 1-2 pitch is swung on and tipped foul again by Pauly, keeping the count 1-2. Talbot the wind, the 1-2, high and tight, and it evens up. Talbot's strikeout high last year. Salem in the Carolina League was 8. The pitch to Pauly, swing and a miss. That's strikeout number 12. That time, another split-fingered pitch by Mitch Talbot. He struck out 12 hitters in 6 2/3 innings. Bobby Wilson was the last Trav to reach base. He was hit by a first-pitch fastball in the 5th inning to load them up. And then after Talbot was visited by his pitching coach, Joe Slusarski, he has set down 8 straight hitters. Pitch to Wilson, blowing away ball 1. 7-0 Corpus Christi here in the top of the 7th. The 1-0 pitch to Bobby. Swing and a high flat left center. Closing the gap. Cortez gets there, and he reaches up. 3 are out in the 7th inning. Another perfect frame thrown by Mitch Talbot. He has set down 9 in a row, working on a 2-hitter through 6.5. Heading into the bottom of the 7th inning, 7-0 Corpus Christi. This is Traveler Baseball on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Apollo 13. Great films known for their award-winning special effects. To create the magic, Hollywood hires companies like Industrial Light and Magic. Industrial Light and Magic hires imaginative people like Aaron Fowl. Before he was a master of special effects, he was a media communications student at Webster University in St. Louis, where his talent took off. Today, he inspires the imagination at DreamWorks FKG. I'm Bob Costas, member of the board of Webster University. All Webster campuses around the world share the same belief. Education is more than just a degree. It's real knowledge for real-world success.
Sitting on the way, and you can catch the Travs online at www.travs.com. The Arkansas Travelers have one of minor league baseball's most user-friendly websites with easy access to Trav game stories, up-to-date stats, and Texas League standings. You'll be informed about the Travs online at travs.com. Purchase tickets, Trav souvenirs, listen to the game. Hey, if you could buy hot dogs and popcorn on the website, it'd be like coming to the old ballpark. See us online, www.travs.com.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
New pitcher for the Arkansas Travelers, as Kyle Edens has been lifted from the ball game after 2 2/3 innings. Rich Thompson is the new pitcher for the Travelers. Call to the bullpen brought to you by the new AT&T Yahoo high-speed internet, AT&T Dish Network satellite television, voice services, and Singular Wireless. 4 great services all from one place. The new AT&T, your world delivered. Rich Thompson makes his 25th appearance of the season with 2 wins, 2 losses, and a 6.69 ERA. Jorge Cortez leads off the 7th inning against Thompson, hard-throwing right-hander, 21 years old, from Sydney, Australia. Cortez is 1 for 3, and the first pitch of the inning is fouled at the plate for a strike. James Holcomb, the starter, lasted 3 1/3 innings, giving up 9 hits and 6 runs. 5 runs coming across the plate of the Corpus Christi 4th. Kyle Edens, 2 2/3, 4 hits, 1 run. Thompson's 0-1 pitch. Cortez smacks the ground ball to second. 1 step up the middle. Rodlin is there, and the throw will retire Cortez, and he's 1 for 4.
Number 28,
Josh Bonifay, the designated hitter, who's gone 2 for 3. A double in the second, a single to start that rally in the fourth, and he ended the fourth inning with a pop-out. Righty versus righty. Thompson takes a deep breath, and now he'll deliver to Bonifay. Swinging a high fly, deep left by Bonifay. Keel is at the wall. He's back against the fence. He leaps, and it is gone. The third home run for Corpus Christi. Bonifay's 12th of the year. Keel was about 3 inches from bringing that ball in and saving a home run. But instead, it was just over the outstretched glove. 3 solo homers by the hooks today. Anderson in the first inning, Young in the fifth, and now Josh Bonifay hits a home run in the seventh. 8-0 Corpus Christi. Now it's Walter Young at the plate, and Thompson winds and delivers, and it's outside, ball 1. Thompson's troubles have continued here as he gives up his 8th home run of the season. Young homered on a 3-0 count last time up, the 1-0 pitch. And it's a slider low, ball 2. Young a fly out in the second and the fourth. And boy, that 5th inning home run he hit, totally out of the ballpark. Over the right field bullpen and over a picnic patio that the Hooks have set up behind the visiting pen. The 2-0 pitch is hit in the air straightaway center. Bacon waiting for that ball, and it falls right into his glove. He never even had to take a step. 2 away. Quickly get checked up on those Texas League scores. As the second half of the season opens up across the Texas League. Wichita with a 5-1 lead over Frisco in the 8th inning. Tulsa trailing Midland 5-3 in the 6th. And San Antonio has put up 4 runs in the 5th inning. The Missions 5 and the Cardinals 2 after 6 innings. Thompson delivers to Saccomanno. Slider low and away, ball 1. Saccomanno 1 for 3. Singled and scored in the 4th inning. 8-0 the Hooks here in the last of the 7th as the 1-0 pitch is swung on and fouled straight back into the net. 1 ball, 1 strike. Tomorrow, Nick Green takes the hill. Thompson's 1-1. A slider called strike 2. Green has a 2-1 record and a 5 ERA. Takes on Chance Douglas of the Hooks, who's 4-2 with a 365 earned run average. Thompson's 1-2 pitch called strike 3. A slider on the inside corner, and that'll end the 7th inning. Corpus Christi gets another run on their 3rd homer of the game. Josh Bonifay, solo shot made it 8-0. Corpus Christi to go to the 8th. This is Traveler Baseball on Air America, Little Rock, 1380 KDNG.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell.
My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space.
I would not.
Well, no, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense.
0 is for the 0 calories.
Just stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that?
I wish I could speculate on that, sir.
The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
AmeriPride Services is the linen and apparel company to get your team into a professional uniform program. AmeriPride features a wide range of high-quality custom programs for the manufacturing industry, hospitality and food service, medical or dental uniforms, and professional and executive wear. Call 664-5575 to schedule a presentation with an AmeriPride consultant. Also specializing in the finest quality table linens, rental mats, and restroom services. Call 664-5575 for AmeriPride. AmeriPride, the official garment supplier of the Arkansas Traveler.
For 30 seasons, Jim Elder was the radio voice of the Arkansas Travelers. Fans knew him as the human encyclopedia of sports knowledge from baseball to horse racing to football. Jim knew it all, but Jim Elder was about much more than sports. He also loved to help kids, and that's why his friends and family started the Jim Elder Good Sport Fund. The fund helps organizations that teach kids about life through sports, like Park, RBI Baseball at Lamar Porter Field, the First Tee, Arkansas Sheriff's Youth Ranch, and kids clinics with the Arkansas Travelers. Jim Elder's legend will live on in Arkansas through the Jim Elder Good Sport Fund. See them online at jimelder.org.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Top of the 8th inning, Travelers now facing a new pitcher. Monty Mansfield has replaced Mitch Talbot. Couldn't get any tougher than what the Travelers are facing against Talbot. Struck out a league-high 12 batters in 7 innings and only allowed 2 base hits. Talbot was simply dominating today. He threw only 89 pitches to get through 7 innings. First game that he's pitched 7 innings this year. Something tells me he could have taken this further. Greg Porter leads off against Mansfield. Right-hander working for the windup, and Porter sends a shot down the right field line, got past the first baseman, Walter Young. Over to the corner goes Hunter Pence, but he overruns the ball, giving Porter a chance for third, but he'll hold up at second base. He almost tripped on the bag, and now he retreats back to second, stopping there with a leadoff double. Possibly a better idea that Porter did not try to go to third base, even though Pence overran the ball along that right field wall. He's got the goods to gun down anybody trying to get to third base. So Porter with his 14th double of the year, and the Travelers get the leadoff man on base for just the second time. Mansfield making his 8th appearance of the year. His record 1-0 with an ERA of 6.30. Devin Day now up to the plate, and here's a pitch. Day hit by it on his back foot, and there's 2 men aboard and no out. And Eric Rodman now coming up. Mansfield has allowed 13 hits in 10 innings. 2 homers, 8 walks, 8 strikeouts as Rodman sends a high fly ball to shallow left. Cortez quickly in to make the catch. There have been 3 pitches in the 8th inning. 3 batters have completed their at-bats. Porter a double, Day hit by a pitch, Rodman a fly out, all on 3 pitches. Wayne Bacon will now come up. He was the batter that had the roughest time against Mitch Talbot. Well, he and Brandon Wood all struck out in each of their 3 at-bats. Bacon striking out of the 1st, 4th, and 6th innings. He'll bat from the left side and try to bring home Porter. First pitch hit high in the air, right center, but the wind's going to blow that in. Anderson from center got underneath it and makes the catch. And there's 2 away again. 4 pitches, 4 balls either put into play or 1 pitch that hit Day came on the first offering. So this is a very odd kind of an inning. Aaron Peel, the first Traveler base hit, a 1-out single up the middle in the first, but he would then get caught stealing by Mitch Talbot as he was ready to run on a 3-2 pitch to Brandon Wood. It didn't materialize until Peel was caught stealing. Here's a pitch, and it's high. Ball 1, the first pitch that Mansfield delivered in this inning that did not result in the ball being put into play or putting a man on base. Mansfield grabs a little rosin. 6'4", native of Hesperia, California, with a 1-0 slider. Got at the letters on the inside corner, called strike 1. Peel, since the single in the first, struck out of the 4th and bounced out in the 6th. Greg Porter at second, Devin Day at first, Travis down by 8 in the 8th. 1-1. Slider missed away, ball 2. Mansfield, a full-time reliever for Corpus Christi in 2005. Appeared in 43 games, won 3, lost 2 at a 382 earned run average. 2-1 to Peel, got behind the catcher, a slider that House couldn't handle. Goes to the backstop, Porter advances to third base, and Day to second. We'll wait on a scoring rule on that. Could be a wild pitch, but it looked like House really just kicked it off the tip of his glove. We'll wait, though. So no longer forced outs at second and third. Charges a wild pitch to Mansfield. 3 balls and a strike. Wood on deck. And the pitch to Peel. Missed low. Ball 4. Tried a slider. And Peel able to hold back. The bases loaded for the second time. Travelers left them loaded in the 5th inning. And that was when they loaded the bases for the bottom 3 hitters. Now the bases are loaded up for Brandon Wood. Wood, 1 for 2 with the bases loaded this year, but he has struck out in all 3 at-bats tonight. And really, I mean, is it too late for the Travelers to get back into this game? They have only 4 outs left. If they're going to get back into it, Wood's going to have to do something special here. Dave Clark, the Corpus Christi manager, is out of the dugout. Here's a pitcher warming up in the Hooks bullpen. Mansfield comes on here in the 8th, and he's only going to pitch 2/3 of an inning before getting pulled by Dave Clark, and Clark never even said anything to Mansfield as the right-hander walks off the mound with his head hanging low. So it'll be another call to the bullpen brought to you by the new AT&T. Talk, surf, watch, go, and save. Do it all and get it all with services from the new AT&T. Your world delivered. Well, the Travelers have the bases juiced in the 8th inning. This might be their last shot to get back into it. 8-0 the Hooks will take a 60-second break on Air America Little Rock 1380.
This is for Laura. Laura, what's up with those CDs you borrowed from Mariana and never gave back, huh? Listen, if you need music, sign up with the new AT&T. Get digital satellite TV so you can watch concerts, and high-speed internet so you can get the music you want fast. And give Mariana her CDs back. All that, plus local and long distance for under $90. So that's Laura's world. For everybody that's not Laura, if we can deliver options to her, we can deliver the right plan for you, too. Digital satellite TV, high-speed internet, and local and long distance for under $90. Add Singular Wireless and save even more. Call 1-800-PICK-ATT or visit thenewatt.com today. Oh, and Mariana, you're welcome. SBC, now joined with AT&T, proud sponsor of the 2006 U.S. Olympic team. The new AT&T, your world, delivered.
Taxes, other charges, and the Federal University with cost recovery fee extra. For details of additional charges, restrictions, and requirements, call 1-866-270-0397 toll free or visit att.com/bundle details. Not available in all areas.
Aaron Williams is the new pitcher for the Corpus Christi Hooks, a 6'1" right-hander from Oakfield, New York, who inherits 3 runners with 2 outs after Monty Mansfield came on to replace Mitch Talbot in the 8th. Allowed a double, hit a batter, threw a wild pitch, and walked one. Brandon Wood up to the plate. Williams, 22nd Texas League appearance, a 4.61 ERA. Pitch to Wood, low and away, ball 1. Williams has won 1 game, lost 3, saved 3. Walked 9, struck out 21 and 27 in the 3rd inning. The 1-0 to Wood, a fastball at the letters over the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Wood was struck out 3 times, looking in the 4th, bringing 2 others. The pitch, strike 2 called over that outside corner. That's a pitch that Wood and Jason Stein, the plate umpire, have been in disagreement about all game long, although not openly. But Grant has been laying off that pitch. Now the 1-2, high and away, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Williams, just his 2nd appearance since coming back from AAA. He pitched 1 game at Round Rock in his 2nd go-around at AAA this year, but mostly he's appeared with the Hooks. The 2-2 to Wood. Swing and a miss, a fastball. He strikes out for the 4th time. The bases left loaded for the 2nd time by the Arkansas Travelers. 1 hit, no runs, 3 runs left. We'll go to the last of the 8th, and the Hooks lead at 8-0 on Air America Little Rock 1380.
Hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir. What's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir. This is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry. It's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
AgPro knows your patient. You've had your eye on a certain green and yellow tractor for some time now. But here's a thought. Visit your local John Deere dealer for an innocent test drive. Sit in that yellow seat and feel that rugged quality. Then run the numbers. You may find you've underrated the value of a John Deere and overrated the value of patience. After all, nothing runs like a Deere. Test drive the John Deere of your choice today at AgPro Central Arkansas, 10504 Maumelle Boulevard, North Little Rock.
Of all the days of the week, it seems that Mondays are everybody's least favorite day. Well, the Travs and the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette have a reason for baseball fans to look forward to Mondays. That's because Mondays are Democrat-Gazette family night here at the ballpark. You just pick up a copy of Monday's Democrat Gazette, and you'll find a discount family ticket right there in the sports section. That's right. It's a coupon that admits the whole family for just $2 a person. Hey, Mondays don't sound so bad anymore.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Bottom of the 8th inning, and Daniel Davidson has come out for his first relief appearance in 2006. It's his first relief appearance since last year, and only the 5th time in Davidson's 4-year career that he is coming out of the bullpen. But this is something we'll get used to because Davidson is asked to be taken out of the rotation, has been removed from the rotation. An agreement between Davidson and pitching coach Ken Patterson and manager Tyrone Boykin puts him in the pen for the rest of the year. After struggling as a starting pitcher this season, Davidson has been 1-7 with a 6.21 ERA and 14 starts. Really not much pressure on Davidson here. The Travelers are down 8-0, and they haven't really been in this ball game since the 4th when the Hooks sent 10 men to the plate and scored 5 times. Davidson to face Johnny Ash, the number 9 batter, then Josh Anderson and Ben Zobrist. Pitch on the way to the lefty, and he slaps it foul over the home dugout, and that hit somebody in the 3rd row. No, that may have missed him. That missed somebody, but somebody reacted like it looked like it hit someone sitting next to them. But that was a screamer that may have skinned the top of the home dugout. 0-1 the count on Ash. Here's Davidson's delivery. High and away, and it is 1 ball and 1 strike for Davidson. Does his style change as a reliever rather than a starting pitcher? The 1-1 pitch, and a fastball is a little inside Ash, 2-1. As a starting pitcher, Davidson was able to stretch things out and not try to overthrow the ball. And really, he would utilize 5 to 6 pitches a game, different pitches. The 2-1 to Ash. Swinging a tip at the plate, strike 2. Ash 1 for 3, RBI single, and a run scored in the 4th. As a reliever, however, Davidson can perhaps junk a couple of those pitches, focus on the fastball, and change up and 1 breaking pitch, and empty out the arm. Here's the 2-2. Swinging a high fly, foul, slicing away down the left field line. Bounces off the retaining wall along the grandstand and back into the last row. Corpus Christi, 8 runs on 14 hits. The Hooks have as many homers as the Trav have hits today. 3. 2-2 pitch. Ash, a check swing foul ball. The ball hit the knob of the bat right underneath Ash's right fist. So certainly an excuse me type of a foul ball. Davidson brings the hands together. He no longer works in the windup. Here's the 2-2. Slider in the dirt, a check swing by Ash, and it's a good thing that they said he didn't go around because that ball bounced away from Bobby Wilson and over the visiting dugout. Three balls, 2 strikes. Davidson on the season with 29 walks and 47 strikeouts over 84 innings. The 3-2. High bouncing ball off the plate to the mound. Davidson waits, gloves, throws, and gets the out at first by a half a step. Now it'll be Josh Anderson coming up. Now Davidson at the moment ranks 5th in the league with 84 in the 3rd inning pitch. But a lot of people might think it's an odd move to put Davidson in the bullpen, but it hadn't worked as a starting pitcher this year, and Davidson had struggled over the last month in 2005, so maybe a different role will suit him better. Anderson fouls the first pitch off. It's a strike. Anderson has been exactly what he is supposed to be, a catalyst at the top of the order. He started the first inning with a home run, wind blown into the left field corner. Had a punch single in the 3rd, stole 2nd, but was stranded at 3rd base. 0-1 pitch. High and tight as Anderson got buzzed on the armpits with that fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Anderson, part of the 5-run 4th inning rally with an RBI single, and he later scored. Struck out last time up. He's 3 for 4. 1-1. Low and away, a slider, ball 2. Davidson, the fourth Traveler pitcher, he relieved Rich Thompson, who gave up a solo homer to Josh Bonifay in the 7th, and that was it. The windup of the 2-1 is a ground ball up the middle, backhand by Rodland, the throw to first in the dirt. Safe at first is Anderson. Pauley's foot saving the base, but Anderson is credited with an infield single, simply beating out a routine ground ball. The fourth base hit of the night for Josh Anderson, so Anderson himself has outslugged the Travelers. He has 4 hits. The Travelers, as a team, has collected only 3. Now to the number 2 batter, Ben Zobrist, who switches to bat from the right side. He was 2 for 3 in his first 4 plate appearances with a walk. The pitch from Davidson is a called strike at the knees of the Corpus Christi shortstop. And the count 0-1. Davidson into the stretch with a look at Anderson leading away from first. Pauley not holding him on. The pitch grounded a short, chance for 2. Wood over to Rodland, throws it away. Throws it into foul territory as it bounces against the railing at first base. Pauley picks it up. And Anderson at third base, Zobrist at second. Taylor-made double play ball turns into a throwing error on Brandon Wood. E6, that'll be Wood's 17th error of the season. And this night turns into even more frustration. First Traveler error of the night. But Wood, who was struck out in all 4 at-bats, now commits a big error because that double play would have gotten Davidson out of the inning. Now he has to deal with second and third and only 1 out with Hunter Pence at the plate. Pence, the only hook in the starting lineup without a base hit. We did drive home a run with a sacrifice fly. Davidson's delivery, called strike, 0-1. Infield plays back. They'll give up the run for an out. 8-0 the Hooks. And Pence just looking to hit a ground ball, you'd think. The 0-1 pitch to Pence. Inside, ball 1, 1-1. Pence with a pop-up, strikeout, sac fly, and a ground ball fielder's choice. The 1-1. Fastball from Davidson is a called strike over the outside half. Pence gripping that bat very tightly. It's like he's angry at it. The 1-2 pitch is outside, 2-2. Pence moves a lot when he's at the plate. I mean, he wiggles everything. He wiggles his legs. He wiggles his backside. The bat moves back and forth. He's anything but still. 2-2 pitch. Swinging a high fly ball, left center, shallow. Bacon and Peel converging. Peel gets there first and makes the catch. Runners will hold. And Peel a perfect pump into the infield. 2 away in the 8th inning, and J.R. House coming up. House a 2 for 3 evening with singles in the first and the fourth, an RBI single in the 4th inning, a walk in the 3rd. Last time up, House hit into a 6-4-3 double play. 2nd and 3rd for House. It's Anderson at third base and Zobrist at second. Here's a stretch Davidson pitch. House swings and misses. And it's that good old Daniel Davidson changeup. 0-1. Davidson tucks the glove into the crook of his armpit. Now takes the sign, comes set. The 0-1 pitch to House is a fastball a little bit high. 1 ball, 1 strike. The White Sox beat the Cardinals today 1-0 with the only White Sox hit, a Jim Thome solo homer. 1-1 delivery is away. Ball 2, 2-1. Freddie Garcia the win. He's 9-4. Former Traveler starter Bobby Jenks saved his 21st. The 2-1 pitch. House takes ball 3, missing low and outside. Marlins and the Orioles going into the 10th. The Marlins scored 4 times in the top of the 9th, and the Orioles scored 4 times in the bottom of the 9th, the 4th extra. The 3-1 pitch, called strike over the outside corner. Good pitch there by Davidson to bring it full. So it's 3-2 on House with 2 away. First base open. The on-deck batter is Jorge Cortez. Davidson is ready, and the 3-2 to House is popped out of play. I'll get over the box seat and into the hook, line, and sinker merchandise store. That's, of course, named for the local fishing industry. Take a walk off one of the piers by the hotel, and there's all kinds of shrimping boats. They're all hook stands. 3-2 pitch. House takes inside. A walk to load the bases for Cortez. Jorge Cortez has 1 hit in 4 at-bats. He hit power to ball deep to right into the first inning, but the wind blew it back, and Devin Day caught it at the fence. He lined out in the 3rd, singled, scored in the 4th, grounded out in the 7th, the left-hander. Davidson, a lefty as well, fires a slider for strike 1 over the outside half. Third base occupied by Josh Anderson. Zobrist a short lead away from second. House walked away from first. Davidson's 0-1 pitch to Cortez. A slider wide, 1-1. Really, this is just a spot for Cortez to try to pad his statistics. He's already added to his hitting streak 18 in a row and been on base 41 games straight. A 1-1 pitch. Fouled straight back. Good cut by Cortez. The count is 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes to Cortez. Davidson with the hands together. And he delivers to Cortez, who swings and taps to second base. Rodland gloves it. Crowhop throws to first, inning over. Davidson pitches around 1 single, 1 walk, and 1 error to load the bases here in the 8th inning. So we'll go to the top of the 9th inning. It's the last chance for the Travelers. 8-0 Corpus Christi on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
It takes teamwork to be able to reach new goals in today's complex business environment. Each one of us should strive to be a step ahead and know how to compete in a rapidly changing world. The ITT Tech School of Business is about helping people prepare for the challenges of a competitive world. ITT Technical Institute School of Business, education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell.
My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space.
I would not.
Well, no, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense.
Zero is for the 0 calories.
To stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that?
I wish I could speculate on that, sir.
The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try to light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Well, the Travs have been shut out 3 times this season. They're 3 outs away from getting shut out for the 4th time. 8-0 Corpus Christi has the lead. And Aaron Williams will try to close it down for the Hooks. Corpus Christi has thrown 5 shutouts this year. No complete game shutouts by any of their pitchers. Brown leads off for the Travelers. The first pitch, a fastball fouled back, strike 1. Travelers have really only had 2 opportunities to bring a run home. Loading the bases with nobody out in the 5th. failed to score. And in the 8th inning, low to the bases, 2 outs, left them all on. 0-1 to Brown, a fastball right down the middle. Strike 2 called. Brown 1 for 3. Only 3 Traveler base hits today. Brown backing out of the plate and speaking with Jason Stein, the plate umpire and crew chief, who the Traz has not been very happy with. The 0-2 pitch, missed a little bit outside. Ball 1. Williams kicks. The 1-2, strike 3 called as Brown is the first out of the 9th inning. Fastball right on the outside half. It wasn't on the corner. Perfect pitch by Williams. Registers Corpus Christi's 13th strikeout of the game. Here's Matt Pauley. Pitch to the left-hander. A strike, same spot where Brown took the called 3rd strike. On the inside corner to the left-hand hitting Pauley, who's 0 for 3 with 1 strikeout. Williams 0-1, slap foul into the upper deck, bounces off the side and into the box seat. 0-2. No 2 count. Pauley takes outside. Starter Mitch Talbot with 12 in 7 innings. Williams has faced 2 batters striking both out, and the 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. High fastball. That is the 14th Traveler batter to go down on strikes today. And Aaron Williams has faced 3 batters striking every one of them out. Here's Bobby Wilson. The first pitch, Bobby grounds a base hit into right field. Second time Wilson is aboard. That's his first base hit. Well, finally, somebody reaches against Aaron Williams. It'll be Greg Porter coming up. Pitch on the way, and Porter takes a called strike from Aaron Williams. Talbot, the pitcher, record to the hooks. His record would be 4-3. Holcomb for the Travelers, he would be 0-5. Williams almost threw one away, but House got out of the catcher's crouch and brought it in. Zobrist squatting down at shortstop, resting his legs. And the 1-1 to Porter, swing and a miss, strike 2. Williams dialing up heat into the low 90s. Porter, 2 strikeouts and a double. Williams into the stretch, the 1-2, high and outside. Travelers were down 15-0 to Wichita last Friday, but scored a run of the 9th. 2-2 to Porter is just off the outside corner, ball 3. 8-1 looks a lot better than 8-0, but still a loss is a loss is a loss. 3-2 pitch, swing, a fly ball hit very well to deep left center by Porter. Cortez is back at the wall, and it is gone. Greg Porter hits a 2-run homer in the 9th inning. So much for the shutout. There are about 6 Traveler fans that made the trek from Little Rock, and you always see them sitting by the Arkansas dugout at Raywinder Field. They finally get a chance to cheer as Greg Porter hits his 9th home run of the season. And the score is 8-2. There's all kinds of Hooks fans looking at those ladies counting scoreboard, and they do have a point. 7 days, fouls one off, it's 0-1. But hey, you make the trip, whether you flew or whether you drove, you want to see something that gets you charged up. Day, a line drive to center, Anderson there, he makes the catch, and this one is over. So the Corpus Christi Hooks beat the Travelers by a final score of 8-2. The Travelers managing their only 2 runs in the 9th inning on Greg Porter's 9th home run of the year. The winning pitcher will be Talbot. The loss goes to James Holcomb. The Hooks begin the second half much as they did ending the first half with a win. And the Travelers, much the same. They end up with a loss to start the second half of the season. 8-2 the final score. The Hooks win it. Come back with the final totals and a recap on the Allstate Insurance post-game report. That's next on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
Back on April 13th, 1932, the Arkansas Travelers opened their brand new ballpark to thousands of breathless spectators. In Raywinder Field 74 years as home of the Travs, it's been a breeding ground for big league talent. You've seen young men develop from fledgling minor leaguer to World Series hero and experience the highs of 9 league championships. Almost 9 million fans have spun through its turnstiles. It's where we introduced our kids to the great game of baseball. We've brought dates to the bleachers and sat through rain delays with friends. We've grown up and grown older at Raywinder Field. This is our ballpark. The Travs' new home, Dickey Stevens Park, will be ready by April 2007, and the team's future is bright. But Raywinder Field has been a part of the fabric of life in Arkansas for 3/4 of a century. During the Travs' 2006 season, it's our chance to say goodbye to an old friend. Call 664-1555 or go to Travs.com.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
What if there were no bad drivers? What if everyone always followed the speed limit? What if 10-car pileups didn't exist? In a world like that, we'd all be better off. It's why Allstate is introducing 2 incentives to drive safe. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, you'll get cash off your renewal bill with a safe driving bonus. And for every year of safe driving, you'll get $100 off your deductible with deductible rewards. Another year, another $100 off, up to $500. But it's not just about saving money. Safe driving also saves lives. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate, Dan. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can get $100 off your deductible the day you sign up. Features are optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Deductible awards apply to collision coverage. Patent pending. Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company and Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I take a sip, I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, stay with me. What's your name?
Robert.
Okay, Robert, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight down to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite. Open one, take a sip, and everything should be right back to normal.
Okay.
Don't worry, Robert. It's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
It's time now for the Allstate Insurance post-game show. Once again, here's the voice of the Arkansas Travelers, Bill Elson.
Tough day to be an Arkansas Travelers. The Travs fall to the Corpus Christi Hooks by a final score of 8-2. Bill Elson with you as it's time for the Allstate Insurance post-game report. Time to make the world a safer place to drive. That's Allstate, Stan. Are you in good hands? Well, things got going early for the Hooks today. The leadoff batter at the bottom of the first, Josh Anderson, hit a 3-1 fastball from James Holcomb over the left field fence. At that point, the wind was blowing from right field across the outfield to left, and the wind picked up Anderson's fly ball and blew it over the wall, only his second home run of the season. And the Hooks had a 1-0 lead. It remained 1-0 going into the fourth when Mitch Talbot struck out the side, setting down Dwayne Bacon, Aaron Teal, and Brandon Wood. And then the fourth inning in the bottom half is where things got out of hand, with Corpus Christi sent 10 men to the plate. Leading off, Josh Bonifay fell behind in the count 0-2, but then singled into left field. And after the first out of the inning, the next 4 batters all reached against James Holcomb, each of them swinging at the first pitch. Mark Saccomanno, a base hit to left. Johnny Ash then stroked a single to right center, bringing Bonifay home for a 2-0 Hooks advantage. Josh Anderson with another base hit, a ground ball to the hole at shortstop that got through Brandon Wood on a backhand attempt. That knocked in a third run, and Ben Zobrist singled through the right side of the infield ending the night for Holcomb. Now low to the bases for Hunter Pence. Kyle Edens came out of the bullpen, got Pence to fly out to right field with a run scoring on the play. But then Edens allowed consecutive RBI hits to J.R. House and Jorge Cortez. And that capped the fourth inning at 5 runs on 7 base hits, and the Hooks led 6-0. The Travs then had a chance to score in the 5th inning against Talbot. He loaded the bases with nobody out. Matt Brown an infield single. Matt Pauley then chopped to third base with Mark Saccomanno's throw to second dropped by Johnny Ash, an error, allowing Brown to reach second base. Then Talbot hit Bobby Wilson with a pitch, loading the bases for the bottom 3 hitters in the order. But Talbot struck out Greg Porter on 3 pitches, struck out Devin Day on 3 pitches, and Eric Rodlin grounded out to the catcher, and that meant the bases were left loaded after loading them up with nobody out. And the Hooks made him pay again. Edens came back for the bottom of the 5th. Walter Young got ahead of the count 3-0 before crushing a fastball deep to right over 400 feet away. 4th home run of the season for Young, and that made it 7-0 Corpus Christi. Another home run by the Hooks, this time in the 7th inning off of Rich Thompson, hit by Josh Bonifay, would make it 8-0. And the Travelers, meanwhile, had no success against Mitch Talbot. Well, they had a chance in the 8th inning against Monty Mansfield, a load of the bases with 2 outs. Mansfield was removed for Aaron Williams, and he struck out Brandon Wood for the 4th time. Wood struck out, leaving the bases loaded. But the Travs would finally tally a couple of runs in the 9th inning. They were down to their final out against Williams when Bobby Wilson singled to the right side, and Greg Porter followed with a home run to left center, his 9th of the season. And the good news out of that, the Travelers do not get shut out. They do lose, however, by a final score of 8-2. These totals unofficial. The Travelers, 2 runs, 5 hits, 1 error, 6 left. Corpus Christi, 8 runs, 15 hits, 1 error, and 9 men left on base. Mitch Talbot, the winning pitcher, his record 4-3. James Holcomb suffers the loss, drops to 0-5. Coming up next on the Allstate Insurance postgame report, checking the scores from the Texas League of the Majors on the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard. That's right after these words on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell.
My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space.
I would not.
Well, no, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense.
0 is for the 0 calories.
Just stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that?
I wish I could speculate on that, sir.
The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
Your world is suddenly changing for the better, all because 2 companies, 2 great companies that you know and trust, have now joined forces to deliver the world that matters most. Yours. AT&T, with its passion to invent, and SBC, with its drive to deliver, have come together to create the most complete and secure network with products and services to keep you connected to work, home, to life. Introducing the new AT&T, your world, delivered.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Well, the Travelers fall 8-2 to the Corpus Christi Hooks. Checking the other scores across the Texas League, we've got a final out of Wichita where Neil Musser won his 3rd straight game, pitching Wichita to a 5-1 win over the Frisco Rough Riders. Alex Gordon a home run, his 10th, and Ryan Jensen falls to 2-3 for Frisco. Another final comes out of San Antonio, where the Missions defeat Springfield by an 8-2 final score. They got a home run from a home run derby champion Vladimir Ballantyne, his 13th of the season. Ryan Fearbend goes to 4-5, winning for the Missions. Rich Rundle drops to 5-6, losing for the Cardinals. Wild game at Tulsa, where the Drillers and the A's were tied 5-5 going into the 8th inning. Well, Midland just finished a 4-run rally, and the Rockhounds take a 9-5 lead to the bottom of the 8th. 2 homers for the Hounds, Kurt Suzuki and Lloyd Turner. Joe Gaetti has hit a home run for the Tulsa Drillers. By the way, Suzuki's home run, which came in the 8th inning, was a tie-breaking grand slam. To the major leagues on a short schedule. These are final scores. The Mets overcome the Cincinnati Reds, a 6-2 final, with David Wright hitting a pair of home runs. He now has 17 on the year. The win goes to Pedro Martinez. He's 4-3. Eric Milton, the loss, 4-4. And Bradford coming on for the save was his second. At Tampa Bay, the Devil Rays beat Arizona 4-1. Scott Kazmir is 9-4 after the victory. Ryan Meadows saving his second. Aubrey Huff, a home run for the Rays, his fourth. Johnny Estrada, a home run for the Diamondbacks, his sixth. The San Diego Padres had a chance to sweep the Rangers, but Texas uses a 5-run fifth inning for a 5-3 win over the Padres. Former Midland Rockhound left-hander John Reinecker is 3-1 as the winning pitcher for the Rangers. Clay Hensley is the losing pitcher for the Padres, 4-6. And Antonio Otsuka to save his 14th. The Kansas City Royals finish off a 3-game sweep of the Pittsburgh Pirates. Royals 15, Pirates 7. Former Round Rock Express catcher John Buck, a home run, his fifth. Scott Ellerton, the winner, 3-8. Paul Mahalam, the loss, 2-6. Anthony Reyes of the St. Louis Cardinals carried a no-hitter into the 7th inning at Chicago's U.S. Cellular Field. Jim Thome ended the no-hitter and the shutout with his 24th home run of the season. That's all the White Sox need in a 1-0 win over the Cardinals. Freddie Garcia, the winner, he's 9-4. Reyes pitched well but suffers his first loss. Former Arkansas Traveler reliever Bobby Jenks with his 21st save of the season. The game's in progress at the moment. 10th inning at Baltimore, where the Florida Marlins have scored 3 in the 10th to take an 8-5 lead. Ramon Hernandez, 2 home runs for the Birds. He is 12 on the season. Joe Borchard and Willie Harris have homered for the Marlins. The Toronto Blue Jays leading Atlanta 3-2. They're in the top of the 9th inning at the moment. A.J. Burnett, 6 strong innings, although he'll get a no decision in his first game back since coming off the disabled list. The Minnesota Twins lead Houston 4-2, top of the 9th inning. Justin Morneau, a home run for the Twins, his 18th. Jason Lane, a home run for Houston, his 11th. Roger Clemens lasted 5 innings and gave up 2 runs. He would stand to be the loser in his debut this year. Seattle Mariners take a lead on Yuniesky Betancourt's 4th home run of the season. Top of the 3rd inning at Dodger Stadium. Seattle 1 and Los Angeles 0. Those are the scores from the Texas and Major Leagues, brought to you by Southwest Airlines, the official airline of the Arkansas Travelers. And you can check them out online at southwest.com. Well, today the Corpus Christi Hooks beat the Arkansas Travelers with an 8-2 final score. We'll come back with the official final totals and the wrap-up after this on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
You signaled your turn. You merged without cutting anyone off. You stopped because the light was red. Through rain and sleet, through dark of night, 365 and 1/4 days a year, you drive safely. Now Allstate rewards you for being the hero you are. Introducing the Safe Driving Bonus. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, Allstate will give you an extra bonus. Actual cash off your renewal bill. That's on top of any discount you've already received. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate, stand. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can start earning your safe driving bonus the day you sign up. Features optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Patent pending. Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company and Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
Of all the days of the week, it seems that Mondays are everybody's least favorite day. Well, the Travs and the Arkansas Democrat Gazette have a reason for baseball fans to look forward to Mondays. That's because Mondays are Democrat Gazette family night here at the ballpark. You just pick up a copy of Monday's Democrat Gazette, and you'll find a discount family ticket right there in the sports section. That's right. It's a coupon that admits the whole family for just $2 a person. Hey, Mondays don't sound so bad anymore.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Well, wrapping things up on the Allstate Insurance postgame report. Time to make the world a safer place to drive. That's Allstate, stand. Are you in good hands? Oh, the official final totals here, all in favor of the Hooks. The Travelers, 2 runs, 5 hits, 1 error, leaving 6 men on base. Corpus Christi, 8 runs on 15 hits, 1 error. And the Hooks stranded 9. Mitch Talbot, the winner, 4-3 record. He struck out a season-high 12 in 7 innings. Corpus Christi pitchers combined to strike out 15 batters. Meanwhile, the Traveler losing pitcher is James Holcomb, falling to 0-5, giving up 6 runs on 9 hits and a couple of walks in 3 1/3 innings. Time of game was 2 hours 37 minutes, and the paid attendance at Whataburger Field, 6,763. BC Powder Player of the Game is going to be Mitch Talbot from Corpus Christi. And to tell you what, the Hooks have a couple of guys that would be up for the award tonight, but Talbot just was outstanding, using that dominating split-fingered fastball and a low 90 fastball and a couple of sliders to strike out 12 batters and 7 shutout innings of 2-hit ball. Honorable mention for the Player of the Game, Josh Anderson, who finishes with 4 base hits, including the game-winning hit, a leadoff home run of the first. His second home run of the year. Anderson scored twice and knocked in 2. The Hooks today hit 3 home runs. Anderson is second. Walt Young hit his 4th. Josh Bonifay hit number 12. The only Traveler homer came off the bat of Greg Porter, was his 9th of the year. Trav's overall record, 24-46. They're 0-1 in the second half, while Corpus Christi is now 42-28 overall and 1-0 in the second half. Season series in favor of Corpus Christi. The Hooks are 5-3 against the Arkansas Travelers. BC Powder, the official pain reliever of the Trav. BC gets into your system fast. BC goes to work fast. If it's headaches, backaches, or muscle pain, nothing works faster than a BC used as directed. Well, we got the second game of this series tomorrow night at beautiful Whataburger Field in Corpus Christi. A couple of right-handers will throw the rubber. Nick Green for the Trav, 2 wins and a loss, an ERA 5.00. Chance Douglas pitches for the Hooks. He is 4-2 with an ERA at 3.65. First pitch at Whataburger Field, 7:05 in the p.m. That means the ITT Tech pregame show begins at 6:45. You're on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE. Hope to have you with us on the broadcast tomorrow night. So that's it from the ballpark. We'd like to thank Lindsey Floyd and Matt Alderman back at the studios, and to Kyle Casey and the folks at minorleaguebaseball.com for getting us on the internet. And the folks here at Whataburger Field who always do such a great job welcoming us in to this fine baseball facility. For all of them, I'm Phil Elson, thanking you for tuning in. Once again, our final score, the Corpus Christi Hooks 8 and the Arkansas Travelers 2. Folks, don't forget it is only a game. I'll be talking baseball again tomorrow night.
Today's game has been brought to you by AT&T, Coca-Cola, Allstate Insurance, ITT Technical Institute, Miller Lite, and Arkansas Federal Credit Union. You've been listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Think of us like a thinking person's voter's guide. Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE, North Little Rock.